Okay, I get it. We're supposed to share the love. But when it comes to 2 breakfast croissants for $4 from Jack in the Box, sometimes you need to share with someone who really looks out for you. That would be you. Who bought you those 2 croissants anyway? You did. Well done, you. Gold star. Go ahead, share it with yourself. Get 2 buttery croissants with freshly cracked eggs and your choice of sausage or grilled bacon and ham for $4, only at Jack in the Box. Home of breakfast served all day. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included.
Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio.
True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call
Ghost.
Sunday edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, folks. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. This is episode number 287. Episode number 287 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before we get into anything else, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like wildfire. That True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house here, live, typically every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Once again, I mean, we're going to have a serious conversation. Hold on, the engineer's telling me, so what is it, engineer? What are you saying? Well, apparently we are having some technical difficulties here with the Blog Talk Radio situation, folks. So the engineer is are you working on this crap? All right, well, he's working on it, folks. We are having a situation once again with the Blog Talk Radio. We hope that we can start taking calls. The switchboard has given us a little bit of a situation, folks. The individuals at the Blog Talk Radio have been notified, and if you want to send your grievances, go ahead and forward the grievances to Blog Talk Radio if you're having any issues with the broadcast yourself, folks, all right? But once again, we are having a little bit of technical difficulties. I did not want to stop the show, so we're continuing on right now, folks, no matter what. I can see that we do have calls here, but once again, we are having issues with the switchboard. So once again, we hope during the show that we can have these issues ironed out, to say the least. Anyway, folks, I want to get right into the crux of the matter. What we are sitting here basically having this emergency random Sunday broadcast about is about this terrorist act, this Islamic terrorist act that happened here in Orlando at the Pulse nightclub. Now, there are a lot of things that we are going to go over, and this is why I actually wanted people to call in. I hope that the technical difficulties resolve themselves here with the blog. I mean, what's going on, engineer? All right, well, we're going to go ahead and continue to monitor the technical difficulties that we are having here at the, I guess the Blog Talk Radio area. Hopefully they can get them resolved mid-show, folks, but let's just get right into it. If you have not heard, if you're living under a rock or been sleeping all day or whatever the case might be, we had a horrific Islamic terrorist act that happened in Orlando at a LGBTQ nightclub called Pulse. I believe there's, now 50 dead, over 50 injured in this particular mass shooting. Allegedly, the terrorist that's involved here was a American-born citizen of parents who were born in Afghanistan. So that should tell you a little bit of something about what we're dealing with at this point in time. Of course, folks, our president, I don't know if you saw his particular speech, our president failed horribly to identify this situation that happened in Orlando as Islamic terrorism. He refused to say it. He tried to allude to the fact that investigations were still going on, for Christ's sake. It's ridiculous. The suspect, Omar Mateen, according to reports, was yelling Allah Akbar as he was going into the nightclub and basically shooting people with handguns and assault rifles. The alleged shooter also had a bomb strapped to his chest. More facts that are coming out about this Omar Mateen, or whatever the hell his name is. He was believe it or not, he had the credentials, the government credentials to carry these guns. Moreover, he was a damn security guard, for Christ's sake. You know what I'm saying? I mean, good God. I mean, a security guard, baby. I mean, look, how safe does that make you feel that this man, this terrorist, this Islamic terrorist, that went into this Pulse nightclub, and we're going to get to Pulse nightclub in a minute, all right? We're going to get to all that, and we're going to discuss everything. I hope that we can take calls. If not, I don't know, maybe we can interact through the Twitter. I believe Blog Talk Radio is getting on the technical difficulties, so we shall see if we can get those technical difficulties resolved. Anyway, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. I want to go ahead and get into some Twitter shout-outs because I want whatever hashtags that we have on the trends on Twitter to go ahead and just get high on those damn rankings because this is going to be a very important show. I believe that we are. Are we okay? Engineer, what's going on? Well, apparently, I think we have the thing situated. I want to get to some more facts as it relates to this particular case. We're going to just detail all of it. Not only that, we're going to have the great debate, the great liberal debate today, and that is, what are we going to go into? Is it going to be Sharia law, or are we going to go into LGBTQ pride? And I think that right now the liberals are finding themselves in a bit of a pickle, and that's something that we're going to discuss. So that's why I'd like for everybody to please go ahead and retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account if you want a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast. All right, and the Twitter name is Politics Ghost, all one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name, all right? And once again, folks, the first tweet to retweet is True Capitalist Radio Now Live. All right, so let's go get some Twitter shout-outs. I hope they're not too damn disgusting, folks, but you know what it is. First one that I see right now is Z Frostwire. What's going on to Z Frostwire? We got Robbie Cook in the house. G is in the house. What's going on to G? We've got Sergeant Brexit, and let me tell you, those polls are looking good for Brexit, baby. Congrats to Britannia. I hope they pull through. I hope they pull through. We've got, I'm not saying that disgusting name. What's going on to the Teutonic Plague? We go Omar Matt Ghost. All right, here we go with the damn. Look, I know it's funny. We're going to make some. Look, what conversation that we are about to have right here, right now, is a serious discussion. It's a serious discussion because our country has taken a turn for the liberal, folks. I mean, that's what we're doing. I mean, just take a look at this mainstream media that they've been pumping down our throats, that we have to be culturally enriched and we have to be tolerant as it relates to LGBTQ-related ideas. But when it comes to anything that's in opposition to the left, all of a sudden that tolerance argument just goes out the damn window. So we're going to have a serious discussion about this. This is not a joke, all right? This is not a joke. Anyway, we got Ray G in the house, True Satanist Radio. You son of a bitch, all right? We got, I'm not saying these disgusting, I'm telling you, got the America Sharia law. There it is. Spit on Ghost Fest. Spit in your face, you son of a bitch. I'm sorry, folks. I'm trying to give Twitter shout-outs, and if you're not familiar with the show, we got a lot of damn trolls that try to make these disgusting names, and they upset me, to say the least, because they're filthy, they're disgusting, they're soulless, and right now this is not a time that we need to be, trolling this particular tragedy. We got KBG Revolver in the house. We got Jax the Panther in the place. What's going on? Mike Pooh contributes more. That's rich. That's just rich. The Brony Network and my little pony. Give me a damn break. We got Commander Biff in the place. Once again, if you do want a Twitter shout-out, all you have to do, retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account, baby. Politics Ghost is the name. All right, we're trying to get as many people to be listening to this broadcast as we possibly can because there needs to be a liberal debate, and it needs to happen, and it's going to happen today. All right? We got some idiot named Ban All Guns. Oh, yeah, that's the answer, ass clown. All right? Hey, this happened in a gun-free zone, ass clown. They had signs all over the place. Huh? Why didn't it stop them? Huh? Oh, that's right. Stupid jerk dicks. We've got Exara Hawks in the place. What's going on? We got injured Orlando pals. What the hell is that supposed to mean? We got Vet of Forum Wars in the place. We've got SeaWorld Orlando. What the hell does that mean? We've got oh Jesus, free shots at. I'm not saying that. You just got free shots at Pulse. That's horrible. Come on, trolls, man. This is a serious issue here. This is something serious, and this is not something you need to be laughing at, you dumb, soulless little pricks. We got Predator Centipede in the place. We've got Delta Dart in the house. Once again, folks, I'm going to give a couple more Twitter shout-outs, and then we're going to go ahead and get on with the broadcast because this is going to be a very, very serious broadcast. We got Capitalists for Trump in the place. Hans Guggenschmidt is in the house. What's going on? We've got Vladimir Putin. Okay, great. Slime Boy. We've got Daft, Slime Kid, APC 227. We've got Aussie Capitalist in the house. Raiden Snake in the house. Capitalistic Beer. Only Post Show is good. Oh, shove it up your ass. All right? Only Post Show is good. Shove it up your ass. Tell me what's good and what's not on my show, boy. We've got Pimp My President. We got Molested Blue Label. Real funny, asshole. Real funny. I'm only going to take a couple of more of these because I can already see that these damn soulless trolls are going to go a warped, twisted, ridiculous direction, and we really need to get to some serious issues, all right? Because this is serious business, all right? What we're going to talk about today is serious business, and I'm only going to take a couple more Twitter shout-outs because we want to make sure that these trends, that this particular post is high on those trends so that we can basically get some of the people in the LGBTQ community listening in. We can get some folks from the Islamic community listening in, and definitely these long-haired, bedwetting, hippie liberals that literally caused the problem that we are witnessing right before our very eyes, all right? Anyway, we've got Bowling with Liberal Jacob. Oh, Jesus Christ. Orange Pickle. What the hell does that mean, for Christ's sake? Green Leader in the house. No Pulse in Orlando. All right, that's it. All right, that's enough. Get out. You see, this is why people can't have nice things. You know, I try to make this show a little bit interactive here. And then what do we have? We have these, you know, just despicable, soulless troll terrorists and cyber vermin that want to sit here and make a joke about such tragedies, man. I'm telling you, this is the internet's for you. This is the internet. So that's why, folks, I'm telling you, you know, you dumbass trolls, I mean, you got to have some level of moral conscience at some point because it's this type of activity that's literally giving fodder to these damn bureaucrats that want to sit here and regulate this great, great invention called the internet, man. And look, I don't want it to be regulated. You understand that? But if the bureaucrats win the conscience of the majority of the people that don't understand trolling and don't understand the internet, well, folks, the majority rules. You understand that? That's why they didn't pass SOPA. Y'all remember that anti-SOPA campaign that the capitalist army and those of us out here on the internet's conducted, and they bowed down. Remember when they tried to push SOPA, they bowed down. They're not bowing down anymore, boy. They are not bowing down anymore. So once again, I want to, extend to the trolls out there that are listening in. This is not a joke, all right? This is not a joke. All right? I mean, you people need to realize that, you have to have some level of moral compass as it relates to this trolling out here. And if you're going to troll, by God, go goddamn troll for a purpose. I just don't understand how hard it is for you people to comprehend such an idea, comprehend such a concept, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of a sip of Johnny Walker Blue Label. You know. Good stuff. Anyway, I want to go ahead and talk about this once again. Orlando shooting, Islamic terrorist act that Obama refuses to say. He refuses to say Islamic terror, even though the reports say that this man went into the Pulse nightclub and said Allah Akbar and started shooting people indiscriminately. Apparently, according to reports, this man had a bomb strapped to his chest. I mean, this man was ready to do a wild jihadi trip to the damn netherworld, man. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't understand how hard it is for you people to comprehend that there is a schism. And I'm talking to you liberals out here because you caused this problem. I'm blaming all this on the liberals. You understand this? It's you idiots that have blood on your hands. And you know who you're killing? You're killing yourselves with this hypocrisy, with this word trickery, with this propaganda that you people have spun everybody around in. I blame the liberals for this tragedy, folks. And that's why I'm saying, okay, you liberals want to be in charge. You want to have this concept of being, you got to be culturally enriched, and you got to be tolerant as it relates to the LGBTQ. All right, we want to see men in girls' bathrooms and all this other crap. Fine. All right, let's have the debate right here, right now. All right? We either going to have Sharia law, because that's exactly what our president is perpetuating in the Middle East as it relates to his foreign policy, and it's trying to bring it here as it relates to refugees, Muslim refugees from these battle-hardened areas in the Middle East, for Christ's sake. He's bringing in the problem, much like the bureaucrats at the European Union have brought in the problem to those countries. We're either going to have Sharia law, because obviously there is a faction within the damn liberals that just have a hard-on. I mean, they are cucks. They are cuckold connoisseurs as it relates to this whole idea of not labeling Islam as a terrorist sect of humanity. All right? No, not everybody does it. Remember that Ben Affleck blow-up on Bill Maher, for Christ's sake? He acted like he just, stole his puppy from him or some crap like that, for Christ's sake. I mean, this guy got so offended, even though Bill Maher and the individual that Bill Maher was interviewing were actually having a serious discussion based upon statistical data relating to the Islamic community, for Christ's sake. And that's why I'm saying, you liberals caused this problem. You wanted to be so tolerant, culturally enriched. You want to make sure that these people are obliged every time they want to, pray, 6, 8, 12, 13 times a day. You want to make sure that it's okay for them to wear burqas and beekeeper suits and turbans and all. I mean, for some reason, all right, everybody else who entered America, and I'm talking about Ellis Island days. I'm talking about the days of the 1800s when the Chinese came in to build the railroads. And I'm talking about the Irish and the Italians. And these people came into the country, for Christ's sake. These people assimilated. I mean, sure, they have elements and remnants to their culture as it relates to certain practices and certain festivities in their lives, but it doesn't dominate their lives, for Christ's sake. They understand the idea of being an American, all right, being free, having the opportunities of economics and sociality, and the political participation of being in something that is for the people. I mean, how hard is this to comprehend? But you see, all of a sudden, Islam comes along, and it has this, I don't know what, this immunity from assimilating into America. I mean, that it all of a sudden has this, I don't know, pass? Non-simulation pass into America? Not just in America. Look at Europe. Look at Europe. I mean, these Muslims were allowed into Europe, into EU, with open arms, okay? They brought in these Islamic refugees with love into Germany, into France, into Belgium, into these countries within the European Union. And look at how they repay them. They repay them by invading them, taking them over, and forcing Sharia-like laws upon the community that took them in, trying to erase the culture for which the damn community was the domestic population. They are trying to overtake the domestic population, for Christ's sake. This is what's going on here, and I think people need to start talking about this. Now, folks, since you liberals are championing this, since y'all think it's okay that, we want to oblige the oppression of women, all right, that we want to oblige, and when I say the oppression of women, that's what Islam is. It oppresses women, all right? I know you dumb feminists don't want to talk about it. I don't know what it is with you leftists that don't want to talk about. This is an oppression of women. Women don't have any kind of say in traditional Islam or any Islam as far as I'm concerned. All right, they are subservient, second-class citizens. All right, I mean, I'm not joking. I mean, in many cases, you can have 3, 4, 5, or 6 different wives in the Islamic world. So that just goes to show you what kind of value they put on the woman-female gender. But of course, you liberals want to champion this particular concept and idea, and you want to give them a pass on assimilating into America. Well, fine. All right? That's why we are trying to have this debate on whether or not we're going to have Sharia law in America or we're going to be openly LGBTQ. All right? Now, because let me tell you what this shooting represents. All right? Now, of course, the initial reports, we all knew it was Islamic terrorism. I mean, as the reports come out even more, it's becoming factual that this young idiot, I don't know, I mean, he was just a complete wild Yehudi-inspired moron, all right, had Islam as the fundamental factor for his violence, all right? But then you had the old man come out, this killer's old man, saying, no, it was not Islam. He saw 2 men kissing. He saw 2 men kissing, and it just triggered. He went crazy. He couldn't stand it. He couldn't take it. Now you see what kind of pickle that puts the liberals in, for Christ's sake? Huh? I mean, you see what kind of pickle that puts in? Now, what motive, whatever motive you want to choose, okay, whether it's the Islamic terror route, liberals, or the gay hate route, liberals, all right, the fundamental factor is that this man is a Muslim, and Muslims do not like homosexuals. Do you understand this? I've been talking about this for a long time, that right now ISIS are literally killing homosexuals, throwing them off buildings, executing them. They do it in Saudi Arabia. They do it in other, quote, Muslim-friendly countries that America is diplomatic to. I mean, do you people understand this? So you cannot merge, if you want to have men and girls bathrooms, if you want to have transgenders freely open and gay homosexuals and all that, if you want a society like that, you cannot bring in Muslim, Islamic fundamentalist people and expect to have that so-called tolerant society that you liberals tried to tout whenever you hijacked the LGBTQ moniker to be able to push the idea of tolerance. All right, this is the debate that we are having today, because I'm telling you, we're either going to have Sharia law or we're just going to be pro-LGBTQ. Now, folks, the nightclub that was shot or was targeted by this shooter. Now, I want y'all to know that I did a little bit of research on this particular nightclub, and let me tell you, oh my God, if y'all saw the tweet that I showed, utterly disgusting. The tweet is Obama, and I quoted Obama, okay, because he said, and he didn't say the name Pulse, but he said this nightclub is more than a nightclub. It is a place for solidarity and empowerment, okay? And then he went on, to say some more hyperbole about that particular club. Well, I found a clip of that particular club of what looks like a musclehead. And what have I always told you about these muscleheads, boy? I told you these goddamn muscleheads are closet homosexuals, all right? Anybody who just is obsessed with making sure that their bodies are so ripped and cut are closet homosexuals. They are admiring a man's body, even if it is their own body. Anyway, what looks like a musclehead leprechaunning his ass, literally on a stage out here, literally leprechaunning his bare ass, all right? And, of course, Obama is trying to imply that this nightclub was more than just a nightclub. It was a place for solidarity and empowerment. Folks, I showed you a clip of a man with his bare ass in the air, leprechauning it around. I'm not joking. I'm not kidding around. So this is what I'm trying to tell you, liberals, all right? This is solidarity and empowerment, all right? Some musclehead with a G-string, leprechaun in his ass, twerking, okay? Twerking for people, and yet you still want America to be culturally enriched with this idea of Islamic tolerance, huh? Well, how come when it comes to Islamics tolerating you're going to give them a pass? I'm asking you, gays, LGBTQ. I mean, you're going to accept this, or are you going to continue riding along on the liberal bandwagon claiming that, you got to be tolerant, and you can't be Islamic phobic, and, Obama said so he's right, and the liberals are right, and you can't be Islamophobic. I mean, what are y'all saying now? I'm telling you, gays, if there are a majority of Muslims in this country, you would not even exist. You understand? You would be executed. I mean, I hope that this particular tragedy emphasizes that particular point, all right? And you see, another thing I'd like to highlight, folks, is that, we have to have this debate because the liberals have forced it upon us. And I know that particular clip that I tweeted about Pulse nightclub was rather explicit and vulgar with this musclehead leprechauning and twerking his ass on a stage. But, folks, you have to understand what it is that the liberals are trying to push off as empowerment, solidarity, pride. Pride. I think that's another thing, since it is Pride Month, isn't it? I think the gays at this point, with this tragedy, need to have a conversation with themselves about what the hell that means. Pride. What are you taking pride in, with all due respect? And I've made this debate time and time again. But what are you taking pride in, with all due respect to the homosexual community? You all perpetuate a promiscuous activity that not only, which is okay, I'm not trying to say that, hey, you don't want to have a good time, go ahead and have a good time, but you do promote the lack of being safe. As a matter of fact, I've found from the research that I've conducted into the LGBTQ community that the majority of these folks literally like to have unprotected sex and prefer it. And how is that prideful? I mean, I'm serious. I mean, this is a serious conversation with the LGBTQs. I mean, how is that prideful when you are being deceitful, when your whole community is lying to each other, being deceitful to each other, being very irresponsible with one another? And, folks, I know that these homosexuals and these LGBTQs are going to say, oh, you're lying. I mean, Grindr, huh? Grindr, freaking the Craigslist ads. I mean, give me a break, man. All right, it's documented. All right, I mean, with all due respect, pride, what are you taking pride in? I mean, it doesn't mean anything. And the majority of pride parades and the majority of these, pride shindigs are all devious sexual activity. I'm serious. Debauchery. Just complete and utter, hedonism. I mean, you know, where is there a pride in that? I mean, I'd like to ask the homosexuals in that regard, because look, at this point in time, liberals are going to, you people that are on the left are going to have a decision to make on whether or not you are going to have Sharia law and are going to promote that, or you're going to promote this kind of activity where oral copulation between two men across the street from an elementary school is okay with you and protected by the First goddamn Amendment. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, this is what this shooting represents. It is a manifestation of the liberals and their agitation to the American public with their so-called tolerance. You know, their authoritarian tolerance is what I like to call it, because they're tolerant as it relates to whatever they believe, but when it is in opposition to what they believe, we're not tolerant of that. I'm telling you, this is a manifestation, and I hope that you liberals, and especially you homosexuals, are starting to recognize that, because this little manifestation of the debate of being, don't be Islamic phobic, and wanting to have open sexual promiscuous activity of the LGBTQ persuasion, it is basically not. It's not going to exist. It can't coexist. So y'all are going to have to make a decision. And I want to hear from you right now, folks. All right. I want to thank Blog Talk, as a matter of fact, for taking care of the situation as it relates to what was going on earlier. So we're going to go ahead and take some calls here. 516-453-9903 is the number to call, folks. And if you can't get through, I'd like to go ahead and just encourage you to keep calling, because we'll go ahead and try to get to as many callers as we possibly can, because this is a serious issue, and I'd like to hear what you have to say about it. All right, and we may come across some prank callers and trolls. We're going to try to get to that in the third hour, folks. I mean, this is a serious issue. We need to discuss whether or not what these liberals are going to do. And if you happen to be a liberal, I encourage you to call in. I mean, I want to know, what the hell are you going to do? I mean, are you going to go Sharia law, or we're going to just have, what we saw at the clip that I tweeted at Pulse nightclub, that kind of activity out there in the streets. I mean, it's just one or the other, because that's what y'all are promoting, and I want to know what the hell you want. All right? You want hedonism, or you want Islamicism? I mean, what the hell do you want? Damn liberals, you don't know what you want, don't you, boy? Jesus Christ. Anyway, folks, let's get to 619. You're on the horn. What's going on?
Hey, Ghost. What's up, man? Hey, unfortunately,
how you doing?
There's two options you're giving, that either liberals go with Sharia law or the homosexuals. Unfortunately, they're blaming guns right now. They're blaming it on guns right now, so I don't know.
That's another thing that they're going to try to do, is blame it on guns. Look, they had gun-free zone signs all over the joint. The damn idiot that went, wild Jehudi at this particular gay nightclub had permits for these guns. He was licensed for these guns. All right? He had no priors other than him being a wild Jehudi. And let me tell you another thing I find ironic is that the FBI had him, quote, under the radar. Oh, yeah? You had him under the radar. What happened? What happened, huh? You too busy because Obama's orders are telling you to look after people like myself or like Alex Jones. I hate to, put him in this mix, but seriously, I mean, people like ourselves are out here trying to at least espouse some level of truth to people. All right? And when I tell truth, I'm not saying that there's anything that you can really do about it yourself. But when you understand the truth, and more people understand the truth, then people begin to corrode the lie of belief. And when they corrode the lie of belief, then the lie itself all of a sudden unravels right before everybody. All right? Seriously. Anyway, folks, Do you have anything else to say, 619? I know they're going after guns, man, but do you have anything else to say on this subject?
No, I see it goes. Yeah, liberals will try to blame it on anything, but the real situation, what's going on. Yeah, I got a lot of liberal.
Welcome back to Engine Talk.
And we're talking about engines. Next caller, you're on the air.
Hi, I'm Brian. I just changed my oil.
Oh, what motor oil are you using, Brian?
Mobile Super Synthetic.
Hello! Smart man. You know, synthetics are a great way to protect your engine.
Oh, yeah, my engine works great.
So, what's the problem, Brian?
Oh, nothing.
No issues at all?
Well, I have this rash on my thigh.
Wrong show, Brian.
Mobile Super Synthetic, now at AutoZone for $3.99 a quart. Super protection, super price. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
They're all posting on Facebook, like anti-gun, gun control, all that crap. But keep it a good show, guys.
Oh my God! And you see, gun control, huh? I mean, you know, something happens now. They want to take away our constitutional rights. And I didn't like that about Obama. On top of him trying to say that this particular nightclub was a place for solidarity and enrichment, this idiot tried to scold us as it related to the gun situation. He was pointing his finger at our face as if he was like lecturing us or something. I mean, give me a break. It's the Second Amendment to the Constitution, man. I mean, that's how sick these liberals are. They want to destroy America, and I'm telling you, this should encourage you even more to get a gun. I'm serious. Go and get guns. Buy them while you still can, because I'm telling you, look at how – do you see how they're trying to push the narrative that you need gun control so that they can usurp the majority of the minds of America? And when they usurp the majority of the minds of America, that's what can give the bureaucrats authority to assert these totalitarian laws, for Christ's sake, man. That's why this is important. We can't make this debate about guns. That's why I'm putting it right back on the liberals. You caused this. This shooting is on you. Every one of you sick liberal pieces of trash. This damn shooting is your fault. All right? You pushed the narrative of, oh, well, no, we have to accept Muslims, and they don't have to assimilate, and no, they don't have to be Americanized, and no, they're not all terrorists, and how dare you say that all Muslims are, hey, I'm not saying all Muslims are terrorists, but it seems as if all terrorism at this point in time in American history and world history seems to be goddamn Muslim. So once again, you put this narrative, and then you want to continue with the LGBTQ stuff by hijacking their issues, and the tranny bathroom situation, gay marriage. I mean, you liberals agitated this whole situation. So now, you gay liberals, you need to start making a decision on whether or not you're going to actually continue to be this whole liberal, we're going to accept everybody, even though they don't accept you, all right? And I know you liberals, you gays, you like to blame Christians, and you like to blame the Christian right, how they hated you, and so on and so forth. Yeah, maybe they didn't like you, maybe they said a lot of bad things about you, but I ain't never heard of a Christian go into a damn gay club and start indiscriminately just start blasting people, 50 dead, over 50 injured. I mean, this is a direct hatred that this wild Yehudi was willing to die for. And you heard it from his father. His father said that, no, he was triggered. He was triggered because of the, he saw two men kissing. He did not like it. He said, Allah told him. Allah told him. So I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's keep it going, all right? Let's get an international number in here. I know we're still having Skype issues, folks, and I don't know what the hell's going on with that. I'm sorry about that. We got 4477. What's going on?
Hey, Goose, it's Raiden Snake. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Raiden Snake? How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm all right, thanks. Yeah, regarding obviously obviously what you just said. I mean, put it simple. Obviously, there's mention obviously here in the UK obviously about how they're obviously using what's happened obviously regarding the Brexit situation now. I mean, there's we need to stay in because we can arm our defences better and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, man. The Brexit looks good, though, man. I mean, it looks good. I think. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, sorry, you saying? Yeah, well, I was going to say it's gone up by 10 points. What's that? Like 55%. One out. That's what they said.
Yeah, it looks good. But do you have any? What do you think about the gun issue here? We're having an issue with Islam now in America. What do you think? As it compares to you in Britannia, I know you have your own Islamic situation, given that London is now London-stan. What's your opinion on that?
Well, the thing is, I don't see why people aren't entitled to have guns. Because I mean, over here, as you know, unfortunately, we don't have the luxuries, obviously, like you guys do with the Second Amendment over there. Because over here, no one's allowed to have a gun. And the only type of guns that people are permitted to have are like what they call like air rifles and like anything to do with sports, and that's it. You're not allowed to own a physical gun at all. Period.
Do you think it's a good thing or bad thing? Do you think, as someone from Britannia, do you think it's a good thing that you are unarmed?
I'm kind of in the middle, to be absolutely honest. I'm absolutely in the middle.
No, that's why I'm asking. You're from somebody from Britannia. I'm sure people are curious. You're a young chap. People want to know if you actually believe that you not having a gun and people not having guns are actually making you safer. I've read some wicked reports out of Britannia that just not just burglaries, people just going up into people's houses are on the rise, because the worst that they can get is maybe a baseball bat to the head. The burglars in Britannia have no problem. They're not even burglars. They just go right in. They have no fear of being shot or killed.
No, exactly. I mean, the biggest prime example over here, I'm not sure if you remember the Tony Martin case from the early, about 10, 15 years ago. I mean, put it simple, all he was doing was defending his farmhouse because two people, obviously, these teenagers were just robbing his place. And the thing is, he shot one of them dead and injured the other. And the thing is, he got done for that, you know? They say, you got the right to defend your your home and that, because it's your castle. But then at the end of the day, what contradicts, which is ridiculous over here in the UK, is that if you make the attack first, you get done. They don't. That's what.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, and I'm surprised they have that. And I'm glad you called in, Raiden Snake. I'm telling you, this is the liberal mindset. They want to give more authority to those that are literally at the wrong side of the right civil society way. They want to give criminals more rights. They want to give everybody criminals rights. Have you heard recently that they're trying to basically soften the whole image of a pedophile? Have y'all read that Salon.com ridiculous, disgusting report? I mean, I think it's titled something, I'm a pedophile, but I'm not a monster, or some kind of garbage like that. Salon.com. This is where we're headed, folks. All right? Now, this is a schism that those of us on the Trump train, those of us on the right wing of the political spectrum need to highlight, and we need to attack, and we need to agitate. This schism between the LGBTQ and Islam. And it's either one or the other. You can't have them both. Islam does not like LGBTQ. They want to see them dead. This Orlando shooting proves it. And that's all there is to it. Now, look. I mean, since most liberals are a bunch of damn atheists and they don't believe in God and all this other crap, I decided to find some footage, or actually some audio of what is close to their God, I guess, a secular God, their scientific God, Stephen Hawking. Yeah, Stephen Hawking, this asshole, since they believe that this man knows everything about the universe and that he's proven that there is no God, and if there is a God, he blew a fart, and, out came the Milky Way and the universe and the galaxies and black holes and quasars and all this other crap. All right? Since you liberals have to use these types of secular people for kind of inspiration, I'd like to go ahead and air a clip of Stephen Hawking before he got the voice box, so that maybe we can be inspired by this man to hopefully put not only us, but, the liberals in a direction in which they can be inspired to understand this schism and be able to solve it. Since these liberals are such faithless, anti-spiritual, atheist, disgusting nothings, let's go ahead and go to one of their secular gods. And this, of course, is Stephen Hawking before the voice box. Go ahead and put it on, engineer. Stephen Hawking.
And now, Stephen Hawking, before ALS took away his voice, possibly forever.
There's a space outside here.
Oh, really?
I think it's fairly obvious that they'll put Stephen's portrait if he leaves.
Wow, those are very inspiring words by Stephen Hawking there. I'm sure that the liberals are inspired by the smartest man alive. I'm sure, as you can see from his translator, that wasn't the right clip, engineer. You were supposed to cut that. I thought I told you to edit that crap. What the hell? Jesus Christ, well, get it straight, all right? I don't want the idiot in front of it. Cut him out and put I just want to hear Hawking. I want to hear the inspiring actual words of Stephen Hawking. Get it straight, all right, engineer? All right, he's going to go ahead and re-cue that up, but I want to go ahead and replay that here in the next 10 minutes because I want these liberals to get inspired by one of their secularist, scientific gods and hear it from his own words, get some inspiration. All right, what are you going to do? Is it going to be Sharia law, or are you all going to embrace LGBTQ? And if you're going to embrace LGBTQ, then are you going to embrace Sharia law? I mean, you can't do it. You can't do it. All right? You can't. So all I'm saying is, folks, is that this is a schism that those of us on the right need to just go ahead and just keep on. I mean, I'm not joking. I mean, let's not let this go on. Don't let them switch the debate to guns. It's their own ideology that caused this. Their own damn ideology caused this, not guns, all right, boy? Jesus Christ, the guns. It was guns that caused it, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. I mean, dude, I'm just getting sick of these liberals, man. That's why I'm telling you, folks, we have to not let these people try to hijack the narrative, all right, that it's damn guns, all right? It is not guns. It was Islamic wild Jehudism, all right, and its hatred towards LGBTQ, which are both tenets within liberal American ideas. All right? I mean, that's just all there is to it. I'm sick and tired of these liberals that are trying to say that this is somehow some gun conspiracy, or we've got to take away guns, or take away our constitutionally protected Second Amendment goddamn right. I'm not going to do it. You understand that? I am not going to let these liberals do this, for Christ's sake, all right? Jesus Christ. I'm not going to let them do it. Are you going to let them do it? Are you going to let them switcheroo the damn debate when it's their liberal ideas that caused this damn shooting in Orlando? It was their ideas that caused this shooting in Orlando, and we better not ever let them live it down. Don't ever let them forget it, boy. Do you understand that? We can't ever let them forget it. Jesus Christ. I'm just saying, all right? I'm just saying. Anyway, one more time, engineer. Do you have it queued up, man? All right, well, here's Stephen Hawking one more time. In his own words, before the voice box, hopefully this will give you liberals that are mostly atheists and that look up to these scientists like they're gods. Hopefully this gives you some level of inspiration so that you can find it within yourselves to figure out whether or not you are going to go down Sharia law or you're going to go ahead and oblige LGBTQ, all right? So go ahead, put on the clip, engineer. Stephen Hawking before the voice box.
There's a space outside here.
Oh, that's exactly what he said.
I think make it fairly obvious that they'll put Stephen's portrait if he leaves.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Get them all. Get it off, for Christ's sake. This is who they're looking to as a legitimate scientist here. Yeah, somewhere. I mean, did you hear the translator? I mean, Jesus Christ. No wonder they got him a voice box. They'll just go ahead and just pre-write whatever they want this, sorry sack of protoplasm that they're, propping up with colostomy bags and freaking air machines and a damn freaking motorized damn wheelchair. Give me a break. Anyway, folks, let's continue going, all right? I want to hear from you, all right? 516-453-9903 is the number to call. I want to go ahead and take some more callers here since we're talking about serious issues here. We're talking about serious business, all right? We got area code 404. What do you want to discuss here?
Hey there, Gus. It's a pretty good day out here in Georgia, but how are you doing over there in Texas, man?
It ain't too bad. Not too bad. I can't complain, man. What, do you have any views or things to discuss as it relates to this particular shooting or liberalism or anything we're discussing here today?
Yes, actually, I do. Not too much, but it's just really getting on my nerves here, how they're using every single thing that comes out here, this is proof that Islam does not belong in the United States for any reason, That's why, unfortunately, I have to be on the LGBTQ side, because I'd much rather take them and their Pride Month and, all that good stuff, because there ain't nothing wrong with what you do, But the problem is when you take pride and that's all you do, you know what I mean? Like, that's all you're good for, it almost seems like. Naturally, they're...
You're absolutely right, and that's been my debate, that if this is Pride Month, what does that mean? I mean, I have gathered from my information and my research on LGBTQ is that Pride means that you're just going to be sexually promiscuous as unprotected as possible. I'm not kidding around, folks, and you folks in the LGBTQ community know what I'm talking about, with all due respect, all right? Now, look, look, that's a nightclub that partakes in that kind of activity, and whatever happens in there, all right? But what I'm saying, and what this gentleman is also saying here in the phone call, is that there needs to be a level of understanding that if you homosexuals in the LGBTQ community are wanting America to embrace your lifestyle, you can't in the same breath saying that, oh, well, you can't be Islamophobic, even though Islam hates you to the point where they want to kill you. Do you understand that? LGBTQ, Islam wants to kill you. All right, kill you in mass numbers. I mean, look at the tragedy in Orlando. And what, you're going to continue to sit here and the debate with Islamophobia? Are you going to continue to... I'm just saying, are you going to continue with it? Jesus Christ. Hey, man, you got anything else to say?
It's like the last caller said, actually, that, they're going to bring this issue down on guns. When in reality, I think this just proved that we actually need some guns around here, It was, like you said, it wasn't a no-gun zone. Like, that obviously didn't stop him. So it's just making me wonder, what is it going to take for them to finally realize that, that guns are necessary, that we need some line of defense, when we can't just depend, when the police can't get there fast enough, we need to protect ourselves and have a defense, a first line of defense, basically. And I'm just...
No, you know what? You're absolutely right, man. I want to thank you for calling. I agree. I mean, we need to be able able to have the right, like our forefathers wrote in the Second Amendment of the Constitution, for ourselves to have the right to bear arms to protect ourselves, our families, and our communities. And it wasn't just, and folks, you need to read the Second Amendment. It wasn't just for going out and deer hunting, all right? It was to protect yourself against a tyrannical goddamn government. And that's why they want to take away our guns, boy. And that's why I'm saying this liberal issue, we got to force it. We got to force it down their throats. You're either going to have Sharia law or you're going to have pro-LGBTQ. You cannot have them both at the same time. And you damn LGBTQ peeps, you people need to start understanding that, boy. You people need to start understanding that. Anyway, who else do we got going on over here? We got the Teutonic Plague. What's going on, man?
Hey, Ghost. I think I have a solution to defeating ISIS.
What's that?
Okay, I'm going to have to tell a story to get this point across. So in World War I, there was a general named John Pershing, a.k.a. Blackjack. You ever hear of him?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think Donald Trump said this story. He had I think some Muslim
He was fighting
prisoners.
in Arabia, and he had some, Muslim prisoners. He dips them in pig's blood, stuffs pork chops in their mouth, kills all but one, who's dipped in pig's blood with his fucking pork chop in his mouth, scared out of his mind because he's afraid he's going to go directly to hell for eating pork along with his buddies. And what Pershing did, do you know what he did, folks? He told the last living prisoner, he told him, go home and tell your friends what you saw! Go tell them what you fucking saw! And until 9/11, there were no terror attacks on Americans.
That's a very good point, Teutonic Plague, man. Thank you very much. We'll get back to you here at the third hour. But he's right. I mean, that's an actual story. This particular story is accurate. Was it a general, Teutonic, or I think he dropped off the line. Anyway, whatever it was, this person had a bunch of. There he is. Was it a general, Teutonic?
Yeah, he was a general. I think he was the only 6-star general in history.
Oh man, I'm telling you. Well, I liked that strategy. You round them up, put them all in pig's blood, put a pork chop in their mouth, execute the sons of bitches except for one, and tell them to go back to their wild Yehudis and tell them, oh, they executed us in pig's blood and pork chops in our mouth. We're going to go to hell if we're captured over there. You're damn right. All right? You're damn right. That's why, Ramadan's been happening. I've been making sure to have ham and cheese sandwiches, bacon. I'm putting bacon on my cheeseburgers. I'm putting bacon around my filet mignons, man. You understand what I'm saying? All right? It's all about bacon. All right? How you like that, Islam? I'm telling you, we can no longer be tolerant of an intolerant people, all right? They are intolerant. They are intolerant towards homosexuals and LGBTQ. They are intolerant towards American ways of life. They are obviously intolerant of the Europeans' way of life. I mean, we need to start realizing that these people, with all due respect, are just not necessarily able to understand the openness of an American society. You understand? I'm just saying. All right? Anyway, let's continue going, shall we? We're going to take some calls. If you want to call in, we're going to try to take as many callers as we can. 516-453-9903 is the number to call here. Who else do we got going on? How about area code 321? You're on the horn. What's up? Hey, 321, you're on the horn.
Hey, Ghost, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What's up, man?
Hey, man, what's going on? Hey, listen, I'm a big fan. I've only been listening for a few months. I've been a capitalist my whole life, honestly. I'm in my early 30s, and I can't believe I've never heard your show before, but I just want to say keep up the good work. I'm actually from Orlando. I have a lot of gay friends. It's absolutely horrible what happened here, and I'm just completely blown away that this happened in my backyard. But, I just want to say keep up the good work, man.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I'm glad that you found us, however you found us. This is the True Capitalist Radio Show, and my condolences if you have some LGBTQ friends that got killed in this particular incident. But once again, it goes down to the liberals. I put the blood on their hands. They're the ones that have stoked this debate on both sides. All right? I'm telling you, the liberals, the left, the Democrats, they are the ones that hijacked both of these issues, the Islam issue and the LGBTQ issue, and they have politically extorted both of them to the point where they've riled both sides up, and now you are seeing the apex of that particular situation, and you're seeing Islam beginning to repel against the society that is embracing the supposed tolerance of their culture, just like what's happening in Europe. And you see, you've got Obama continuously bringing these wild Yehudis into America at $20,000 in taxpayer money a pop. Meanwhile, I don't know if people have gotten paid in their EBT cards, baby, but I've read that it's been over a week since folks that expect to get paid in a damn EBT card have been getting paid. Now, what are the chances of that, huh? I mean, do you understand what these damn liberals have set up? They want civil unrest. You understand? They want disorder. They want confusion, because then they become the totalitarians of our lives, folks. All right? That's why they want over 100 million people collecting food stamps and entitlements. That's why they want high unemployment. That's why they don't want entrepreneurial opportunities. That's why they don't want economic opportunities for all. They just want to sit there and dictate to you what you can do, what you can say, how you can live, where you can live, what you can eat, how you can look, so on and so forth. These people are totalitarian freaks. I'm telling you, every one of these people that are politicians, I don't care if they're Republican or Democrat, if they are career politicians, they are nothing but totalitarian freaks. And the proof is in the laws that they have passed. The proof is in the debt that they have incurred. The proof is in the situation of our country. The proof is in the diabolical, damn ridiculous shape that our damn bureaucracy is in. All right? I mean, it's enough. I mean, we've had enough. That's why Donald Trump is so imperative as far as America is concerned. That's why we have to make sure this man is elected. We have to make sure this man is elected. He is our last line in the sand for America, our last line in the sand for economic opportunity, our last line in the sand for capitalism. And that's why I do these shows as often as I possibly can, folks. We have to make sure this man is elected president. We have to make sure. Anyway, folks, once again, we are in the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. Let's go ahead and do another round of shout-outs so that we can continue to push up these hashtag ranking spots. If you want a Twitter shout-out, all you got to do is give me a retweet, the first tweet on my Twitter account, and the Twitter account is PoliticsGhost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name. And retweet the first tweet that states, True Capitalist Radio now live. All right, and I'll go ahead and give you a Twitter shout-out right here, right now, live on the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. Who do we got there, engineer? All right, well, we got Royd in the house. What's going on, Royd? A mysterious fan. What's going on? We got Flamin' Nipple Chops in the house. Robbie Cook in the house. What's going on to Robbie Cook? We've got, I'm not saying that disgusting name. Here we go again with these damn trolls. We've got Firm Bacon Tits. Oh, that's just great. Tickle My Prostate. Really, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Time for a Change. That's a better one. What's going on? CDI Fan 237 in the house. We got Jerry G, which looks like a picture of Jerry Garcia. We got Squid Girl for Ghost. We've got Ed Plus in the house. Tectonic the Squeaker. Oh, come on, man. Here we go again. Here's some more haterade. We've got Metroid Junkie in the house. What's going on? I'm not saying he's some of you damn trolls are just disgusting, man. I mean, how do you live with yourself? How do you wake up and look at your dumb little selves and your beady eyes in the mirror, boy? How do you do it? I don't know how you do it, man. We got Ray Anami or something. We got Platinum Robo, Seth Rollins in the house, Czech Capitalist, Bowling with Mal. Get the hell out of here, for Christ's sake. Jane Doe in the house. We got, I'm not going to say that disgusting name, Blood on the Dance Floor. That's horrible. That's just horrible. I mean, that's a song name, I think, or some kind of group or some kind of fruit bowl kind of crap like that. But that's just ill time. I don't know what to say about you trolls anymore. I'm serious, man. You guys are sick. You guys are sick in the head, man. We got Capitalist UK in the house, Squid Sisters, whatever the hell that means. Pony movie 2017. No, don't tell me. Do not tell me they're making a damn My Little Pony movie for 2017. I mean, good God. Jesus, that's all we need is a little My Little Pony movie, for Christ's sake, for these, sick-ass freaks that are out here that are, I don't know what they're doing with this damn bro. This is getting sick and out of proportion. That's all I'm saying. You males that are over the age of like 13 that are fantasizing about this ridiculous cartoon, you need to get some help. And as far as I'm concerned, I mean, y'all should be, put under some sexual predator list as far as I'm concerned. I'm serious. I'm not joking around. All right? I think you people have a lot of problems. All right? You got a lot of freaking problems, man. You got a lot of freaking problems. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's continue going, folks. I'm going to give a couple more Twitter shout-outs, and then we're going to continue going with the show. We're taking your calls. All right, so all you got to do, if you're not trying to get through, give us a call, 516-453, all right? That's the number there. So let's go ahead and take a couple more Twitter shout-outs, and we're going to go ahead and get back to the calls here. We got Tinfoil Texan. Yeah, shove it up your ass, all right? Strictly Diesel in the house. Doe Entertainment. We got Face Mecca Now. Oh, Jesus Christ. HIV Bloodbath. All right, that's it. That's enough. Get it off, for Christ's sake. HIV Bloodbath. That's just... Oh, man, that's just disgusting. That's gross. And that's just... I can't believe that you would say such a thing so soon, man. That's too soon. That's too soon, trolls. Man, that's too damn soon. Too damn soon.
Boar's Head is bringing a slice of Japan to the deli. Introducing Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. Tender, slow-roasted chicken breast, coated in our signature teriyaki glaze, where ginger, garlic, and a hint of brown sugar meet for a flavor that's both sweet and savory. New Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. The bold flavor of Japan. Now at the deli. Only from Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.
Oh, my God. Give me a mic. Give me a mic. Jesus, that's just too damn soon. I can't believe you. I mean, but then again, I can believe you sick-ass trolls. You understand that? Then again, I can believe it. Good Lord. Anyway, folks, once again, we are discussing this particular Orlando shooting situation that happened. Of course, reports are coming out 50 dead, over 50 injured. This was an Islamic terrorist attack, regardless of what Obama is trying to say. It was an Islamic terrorist attack, and it was aimed at the LGBTQ community. And the issue that we are discussing is that the liberals now have a schism within their own situation. And I have said that the liberals are the ones that have blood on their hands as it relates to this shooting. They have blood on their hands. They're the ones that have been basically agitating both sides of the issue that are involved in this shooting. They're the ones that have been sitting here trying to suggest to America that we, as American people that have all basically accepted the American way of life, appreciate the American way of life, want to continue to sustain the American way of life. They are trying to say that, and these are the liberals, of course, that are trying to say it, that Islam has a pass of trying to assimilate into America. That they don't have to assimilate. They don't have to take off the turban. They don't have to take off the burqa. They don't have to, pray on their own time, all right? Not on the clock, all right? Pray on their own time, not on the clock, boy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't care if they're offended if I'm eating a damn hot dog, boy. I don't care if they're offended if I'm eating a damn ham and cheese sandwich, all right? This is America, all right? This is the land of the free, all right? You damn sick wild Yehudi. And that's why I'm saying this liberal Democrat Party, they've stoked both sides of this issue, and they have blood on their hands as it relates to this. And that's why I'm calling on all you LGBTQ folks. All right, what are you going to do? All right, what the hell are you going to do? You're going to continue to say, oh, no, let's not be Islamic phobic, even though if you go anywhere in the Middle East, they would kill you. They would behead you. They'd throw you off a building. Do you understand? LGBTQ. Islam hates you. I mean, hates you to the point where they want to kill you in mass numbers, man. And remember, the initial reports, the dad of this sick, twisted, wild Yehudi tried to say, no, it wasn't Islam. No, it was the men. He saw two men kissing, and it flipped them out. It triggered them. It went ballistic. I don't know. I mean, okay, what do you want to believe there, liberals, that if it was an Islamic terror, then he is hating on the LGBTQ to the point where he kills 50 over 50 injured. I mean, where does that hatred come from? Where does the hatred come from in this wild Yehudi? Exactly back to Islam. Do you get it? Do you get it? So that's why I'm calling you liberals out. I'm calling you liberals out. It's time for you to realize that you have blood on your hands and you have stoked both sides of this issue, and now it has manifested into this particular shooting, and you should all be ashamed of yourselves. Each and every one of you liberals, you should be ashamed of yourselves. You caused this Orlando shooting. You caused it. You did. And the blood's on your hands. The blood is on your hands, liberals. But, of course, you don't have any compassion for this, don't you, huh? You want to come after our rights, law-abiding citizens' rights, the Second Amendment, our constitutionally protected rights. That's what you want to do, huh? That's what I'm telling you. Just by them politicizing this issue, just by liberals and the President of the United States politicizing this issue to try to initiate more gun control shows that they could care less about the victims that died or were injured at this particular shooting. I mean, just look at them. Those that are politicizing this particular tragedy, this Islamic terrorism, those that are politicizing it are doing so because they are taking the bodies that have been killed at this particular tragedy and walking over them so that they could take our Second Amendment. What a bunch of soulless pieces of trash you liberals are. Do you understand that? What a soulless piece of trash. Jesus Christ. I can't believe you liberals, but then again I can. I mean, look at this sociopath, psychopathic president, for Christ's sake. I'm surprised he didn't poke himself in the eye again and try to cry over this one. What a piece of trash. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's take some more calls. I want to talk to a liberal. I want to talk to a liberal that's going to sit here and try to debate this crap. That's going to be like, well, no, we can't do it, Ghost. We cannot be Islamic phobic, all right? I'm homosexual, but I mean, I would be perfectly okay if I was at an Islamic party and it was the only homosexual there. I actually would be. I'm not joking. Yeah, right. Give me a break. Let's take some more callers here. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear your opinions, for Christ's sake, all right? 516-453-9903 is the number to call here. Let's take a 585. You're on the horn. What's up?
Hey, Ghost. Yeah, I just want to say, I think, like, this, it's just, I mean, I'm in the same camp as you. I'm not a liberal, thank God. But, like, the same people who use the arguments for gun control saying, like, even if it just saves one child, like, they completely flip-flop that logic every time there's a shooting. Like, well, what if we stopped all of these, like, mass integrations from happening? Like, what if that saved just one person? You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, well, I think what you're saying is that these people that call for gun control claim that it's going to save lives. I mean, take a look at Chicago right now, which is now known as Chirac. They are having unbelievable records as it relates to murders and gun violence, even though they're not supposed to have guns. Law-abiding citizens don't have guns out there, and yet it is the most violent city in America as it relates to gun crime. This is what gun control leads to. If you outlaw the guns, the only people that are going to have the guns are the outlaws, boy. Don't you understand that? And that's why I'm saying that's what these liberals want. They want totalitarianism. Do you understand that? They want totalitarianism so they can rule over you like sick-ass freaks, man. I mean, that's all these liberals and these goddamn career politicians and these sick bureaucrats want. They are sick, twisted, totalitarian freaks, and don't you ever forget it. Don't you ever forget it, man. Anyway, thanks for calling, man. Let's take some more calls here because I want to hear people's opinions here. 916, you're on the horn. What's up? What do you got to say?
Uh-oh. Can you hear me, Ghost?
Yeah, we can hear you. What's going on, man?
Hey, I want to talk about a couple of things if you don't mind. But first, I just want to say, love the show. I've been listening for a while. It's really good. I knew about you a couple years back when you did what'd you call it? True Conservative Radio or something about that, but I didn't listen in then. Yeah. And when I heard you were coming back, I was like, oh, hey, I remember this guy, and I started listening, and you got some pretty good solid points. But I just want to talk about the whole, obviously everybody else is talking about it because it happened, the mass shooting that happened in Orlando. And I think it's bullshit. Did you happen to see Obama's speech or press conference this morning?
I unfortunately did, yes. It was ridiculous. It was a talking to. It was a scolding session. It was a lecturing. It was pathetic. Yes, I did hear it.
No, yeah, it was pathetic. He clearly was avoiding the subject that it was, now let me be clear. We do not know his motives. We already knew his motives. He was a Muslim. He fucking hated gays. We all know that. But the thing that pisses me off is every time one of these fucking things happen, the left always blames the 80 million plus gun owners in the United States. Who do they punish? The gun owners. Why? It just doesn't make sense. I don't understand the left's reasoning behind this.
No, I can give you the exact reasoning because they're sick and they want to take control of us. Look at what they're doing in Europe. They bring in the problem. I'm talking like the bureaucrats in the EU. They bring the migrant crisis into Europe, all right, and then they punish the domestic population. They punish the people of Germany. They punish the people of France. They punish the people of Brussels. I mean, this is the mentality, man. This is not, believe me, this is a diabolical, sick plan. And I think that the people need to start recognizing this, and that's why I'm doing this broadcast. And moreover, that's why Donald Trump's candidacy is so damn important. It is our last stand. Do you understand this? Donald Trump is not a bureaucratic totalitarian freak, all right? He actually genuinely loves this country. He has no reason to run for president. He is putting his life on risk on many different levels. Many different levels he's putting his life at risk, not just by these sick, twisted leftists, but I'm talking about the internal workings of the government. I mean, the international bureaucracies. I mean, they are getting very timid that this man is going to rock the whole global institutional order and basically make America great again, make America the strong bastion it was, and lead the world, all right, and lead it properly, not, in the way that America has conducted itself due to the past several presidents. You understand? And this is why Donald Trump and his presidency is so important. We have to make sure this man is elected. We cannot have Hillary Rotten Clinton basically implement the same policies that have brought us into the current hell that we are in today in America. We cannot do it. Anyway, 916, I want to thank you very much for calling, man. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get to as many callers as we possibly can so everybody can have a little bit of airtime and basically say what's on their mind as it relates to this Orlando shooting. 682, what's going on? What do you have to say about this? Oh, hold on, 682. Hold on, 682. Go ahead. My bad.
Oh no. I just happened to didn't have my hand up, so please give me.
Oh, no kidding. You didn't have your hand up. My bad. Jesus Christ. Come on, engineer. Get it straight, man. Get it straight. Sorry about that, man. Anyway, we got Jesus Christ, 941. I believe it's Karaskin. What's going on, Karaskin?
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, Karaskin? I know you're out there, and that's in your neck of the woods. What do you think about what's going on here with this Orlando shooting, the terrorist attack?
It's tragedy. It's tragedy. I know. It's tragic. I mean, people don't deserve to die. You know, these Islamic jerks are responsible for their crimes. I can't believe they would do such a thing. People are people too, but ISIS themselves, no, they're not human. They're fucking crazy. They're not even human at all.
No, they're not human. I'm telling you. I mean, this man went in and killed. I believe somebody just tweeted at me. Now the number's 78. Killed 78 people.
What?
I mean, that's what I read. I mean, this could be. I'm not. This is just a report. I don't know if that's facts yet. I mean, I'm just going with the 50 dead, over 50 wounded. But I'm sure that this sick pervert or this sick individual, this wild Yehudi, mortally wounded a lot of folks that are probably going to, die, unfortunately, trying to be saved. So this is very, very sick. This was a motivated hatred that goes beyond what the traditional LGBTQ is used to, man. So, I mean, what do you think, man? What do you think about these liberals still trying to take the defense of the Muslims as it relates to this? What do you think about that?
I think they're pretty stupid. These liberals are unreliable. Can't even trust these people. And one of the solutions was to take away our right to use guns. Are they out of their freaking mind? No. I cannot accept it. We need guns to protect ourselves. How are we going to protect ourselves without guns? I mean, how do we have to defend ourselves from burglars, thieves, or anything else, sexual predators too? I mean, this doesn't make any sense. It's like you have a knife about a sword and trying to fight a dragon. The only result is the knife is getting burned by a dragon. It's wrong.
Yeah, Karaskin, I completely agree with you, man, and thank you for calling up. I'll leave you on the line since you may come back in the third hour. But this is just a sick, twisted, liberal idealism. I'm telling you this right now. This is why I'm telling each and everybody that has any kind of sphere of influence on their social media, I mean, start posting these types of news reports and give the opinion that, hey, wait a minute. I mean, what are we going to have? Are we going to have Sharia law, or are we going to be pro-LGBTQ? All right? I mean, it's just as simple as that. I mean, what do you liberals want? Put the damn debate back on the liberal side. What do you want? Because the liberals have stoked both of these populations of America. The Islamic, we got to be tolerant. We got to make sure that they get time to pray, and they don't have to take off the turban, and they don't have to take off the burqa, and all this other nonsense. We have to basically be tolerant of them, and they're not tolerant of us or tolerant of those of us in America that are tolerant of each other. But now that tolerance has basically slapped liberalism right upside their face. And look, it's not real tolerance. It's authoritarian tolerance. Because you know how liberals are. I mean, if they disagree with you, all of a sudden they are intolerant of you. So, I mean, this is what we need to basically push the debate forward on. We need to push the debate forward that the liberals are the ones that have blood on their hands as it relates to this Orlando shooting. And they need to choose a side. They need to figure out whether or not you want Sharia law or you want to embrace the LGBTQ and basically acknowledge what has happened. Now, look, I have nothing against LGBTQ. All right? I have nothing against them. I'm just thinking that you cannot be as openly gay as you want if you want to be in the same vicinity as a Muslim community. And this damn tragedy proves it. I mean, don't you understand that? Muslims hate you gay people. Muslims hate you LGBTQ. They want to kill you in mass quantities, man. They're doing it right now in the Middle East. They're doing it right now in Saudi Arabia, in Iran, in Qatar, and all these other Middle Eastern countries that are supposed to be friendly to America. How come I don't hear you talking about this? I guarantee you the LGBTQ is going to start talking about it. I wonder if they're going to continue with this idea of Islamic tolerance after this tragedy that happened in Orlando. You understand? And I wonder if they're going to continue with that Islamic tolerance, for Christ's sake. Anyway, let's take some more callers here, folks, because I want to hear from you. I want to, see what you have to say. So let's go ahead and take some more callers. How about 210? What's up? You're on the horn. What do you have to say about this?
Yes. So I've been seeing on the social media, actually mainly on Facebook as well as maybe sometimes Twitter, about how not only is the gun control issue starting to become more prevalent, which is beyond ridiculous, but they're also starting to use this as an opportunity to bash Donald Trump because of a tweet that he had stated about how radical Islam and radical Muslims have been responsible for these attacks. Also, what do you think? Do you think that if there is a tighter gun control for the nation, do you think Texas will succeed in regards to that?
Well, that's a very good question. I am glad to be Texan. I know your area code there. You're in Texas. Let me tell you something right now. We have a great governor in Governor Abbott. He initiated, as well as the Republicans of Texas, initiated the open carry out here in Texas. There's areas in Texas where people are literally carrying assault rifles as fashion accessories out here. I'm not joking. I mean, it is legal to open carry out here in Texas. You can carry a firearm on your person, and it can be wide open. I mean, it can be on your belt, and it'd be wide open. All right. And the only thing you have to do is if a cop wants to question you and whether or not the damn gun is valid and doesn't got a body on it or something, well, a law-abiding citizen will go ahead and say, all right, here's a gun, here's this, and can I go, officer? Or you commit me, that sort of thing. But other than that, I mean, we can just walk around, baby, out here with guns. No big deal. All right, no big deal. And I sincerely believe if Obama does or the liberals do something of that nature, I could sincerely believe that Texas secedes from the Union. And that's why I've alluded to the fact that I don't believe that this atmospheric situation that we're having with all this rain and hail out here in Texas is an accident. All right? I mean, folks, do y'all remember when that fertilizer plant blew up? And I broadcasted during that time, and I alluded to the fact that I believe that it was intentional. And I believe that it had something to do with, Texas being so independent from the United States. And if you take a look at the explosion of that particular fertilizer plant, and let me tell you, the investigation just came out, 2-3 weeks ago, that it was intentional. That it was intentional. After all these years of investigation, we realized that fertilizer plant was intentionally blown up. All right? And I remember back then, you people were trying to say that I was tinfoil hatting even back then as it related to this. But I'm telling you, America, in my opinion, is sabotaging Texas to prevent Texas from being the independent state that we were, that we always have been, and always will be. They want to put more of us dependent on the government. They want to put more of us dependent on the damn FEMA. They want to put more of us dependent on food stamps and food cards and so on and so forth, and we ain't going to do it. We ain't going to accept it. We ain't going to have it. I'm telling you, look it up. Look up that fertilizer plant and take a look. It looks like something came in and blew it up, all right? That's all there is to it. And now the investigation basically validates my claim that I knew all along. So who intentionally blew it up, huh? I'm telling you, folks, there are terrorist acts being implemented on Texas, and I honestly believe it has something to do with the regime that's in power today. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not joking. I'm not kidding around. But I believe that we have a strong leadership out here in Texas. We got a strong governor. We got a strong lieutenant governor. We got a strong Republican base out here. There ain't no way in hell that the federal government is going to overstep their step when it comes to Texas. That's why I ain't never leaving this state. Even though I might leave Austin, Texas. All right, I might, because I'm getting tired. It's a liberal hellhole all of a sudden. But I ain't never leaving Texas, baby. I ain't never leaving Texas. Texas is a bad state, baby. I mean, bad state. That's why I am glad whenever I see somebody open carrying, you know. I mean, let me tell you, you can open carry an AK-47 or a freaking AR-15, you know what I'm saying, or a shotgun, street sweeper. All right, you can open carry a badass 9 Glock right on your freaking belt. You know what I mean? 45, you know what I mean? I mean, whatever you want. It's open carry out here, baby. So I'll tell you right now, we are prepared out here in Texas just in case these wild Jehudis that this damn federal government is bringing in, and not to mention they're bringing these other immigrants from our border. We are prepared. Texas is prepared to defend itself, and I'm going to leave it at that. All right, Texas is prepared to defend itself, and I'm going to leave it at that. Good question, by the way. Thank you very much for calling in. Let's take a couple of more callers here, folks, all right? I mean, this is a serious subject matter that we're discussing. This Orlando shooting, Islamic terrorism, all right? Islamic terrorism. And believe me, folks, this idiot that was this wild Jehudi, this Orlando shooter, this man was registered to have these guns, and he was a security guard. I mean, this man was a line of security for some place. I mean, how safe does that make you? How safe does that make you, folks? Jesus Christ. And let me tell you, Omar Mateen is his name. I keep forgetting this stupid idiot's name. I mean, I don't even want to make room in my brain for this idiot's name. But Omar Mateen, man, I mean, this man was he was licensed to carry guns, and he was a security guard. Wild Jehudi, lone wolf, ISIS, a la snack bar son of a bitch, a security guard and licensed to carry guns. That's just great, isn't it? Oh, that's just great. And let's not forget, he was a registered Democrat. He was a registered Democrat on top of that, for Christ's sake. I mean, give me a break. Give me a break. Anyway, let's continue going, shall we? Let's see. Do we have any more callers, engineer? How about 443? You're on the horn. What do you got to say?
Yeah, I mean, I do have to say this. While I am a liberal, I have to completely disagree with these fucking morons that have to say, oh, they call Islamophobia on anything. You criticize a religion. Oh, suddenly you're an Islamophobic, right?
I mean, I thought that was the basis of liberals, is to criticize organized religion and to highlight the hypocrisy of organized religion. How come liberals all of a sudden give a pass to Islam?
I have no fucking idea why they do that. It's insane because
and you're a liberal, you just said.
I am a liberal. I'm a classical liberal. It's more like libertarian left type of thing. Where I believe you can do whatever the hell you want as long as you don't hurt anybody. That type of shit. So
yeah, well, of course. I mean, that's what capitalism is about, man. I mean, you can do whatever you want as long as you can pay for it and not taking it out of my pocket.
Exactly. That's basically what I believe in. And ironically, I'm a Trump supporter as well, so go figure.
No, well, I mean, because you see the anti-establishment sentiment that's coming out of this man's campaign.
Yeah, it is very anti-establishment, and it is very it represents what America is supposed to be to its core. And but talking about the Orlando shooting is you have these same people every single time. It happened in San Bernardino, where you say, or this thing happens in San Bernardino, and everybody says, well, it's the white male. It's the white male. It's the white male. And then the second, it's not a John Smith. The second, it's not a, Brandon whatever. it's a Saheed Farouk. Everybody goes, well, guys, you have to be serious. You have to be cautious about this. It's not all Muslims. It's just not all Muslims. It's not all. And
well, of course, I don't get it, man. I don't get it either. And thank you for calling, by the way. I don't get it. I don't understand why liberals give Muslims a pass as it relates to religion and tolerance. Like, we have to tolerate this religion. Liberals, remember, they're the first ones to pick apart Christianity, Catholicism, or any other organized religion. They're the first ones to expose the hypocrisy. How come they don't want to do that to Islam? That's why I'm saying, folks, you LGBTQ folks and you folks that are on the left, you need to make a decision right now. You either going to accept Sharia law, and that's what you're going to represent whenever you say the term liberal, or you're going to embrace the LGBTQ. Because as I've stated, you have blood on your hands, for Christ's sake, man. You've got blood on your hands. And you see, these liberals, you know what they do? They just politicize the damn issue. They politicize this tragedy to try to initiate an authoritarian, totalitarian takeover of our second goddamn amendment. All right? I mean, that just goes to show you that these liberals don't care about the lives that were lost in Orlando. They don't care. If they did, they would have not have politicized this tragedy to utilize it as a gun control issue. I mean, it's a Muslim issue. It's an Islamic issue. It is a religious intolerance issue that, of course, liberals want to give this Muslim religion a pass on. And that's why I'm telling everybody, we got to expose that. We got to highlight that schism within liberalism. We got to highlight it. And let me tell you, the mainstream media is going to do whatever it takes to try to demonize the right, demonize gun owners. They're going after Trump, but you cannot believe what's on the mainstream media. All right, it is a bunch of crap. These people are nothing more than propaganda machines for the state. Always remember that. CNN, MSNBC, even Fox News. These people are propaganda machines for the state. This is not free press. The free press is us, the people, the internet. And that's why they're trying to come after our internet, boy. That's why they're trying to regulate the internet. They want to stop the free flow of information. They want to stop the free flow of news, and we cannot let them do it. We wouldn't be able to know all the information about this shooter in short periods of time. We wouldn't have known about the actual episode that took place and the events therein. We wouldn't have seen the raw footage and video that has been coming out as of late. We wouldn't have seen this if people aren't the new media. We're the new media. You, me. If you've got a social media account, if you've got any followers on there, well, by God, why don't you do something about it? Why don't you tweet news articles, retweet tweets, post news articles, post an opinion with a valid opinion. Don't just sit there and spew off nonsense. Try to shape the conscience of the electorate in America, because by God, as I've stated time and time again, Donald Trump's election is that damn important, and I'm calling on everybody in the capitalist army. I'm calling on everybody in the Trump train. It is time for us to start doing this full throttle, baby, all right, because look at the mainstream media. They're trying to attack us. They're trying to attack Donald Trump, and we cannot let them do it. We've got to win the narrative. We've got to win the conscience of the people. We've got to win the minds of the majority, because if we don't, these damn totalitarians will, and they have no problem. They have no problem taking our rights away. They have no problem taking away our freedoms. They have no problem implementing totalitarianism, and those of us that are capitalists, those of us that are on the Trump train, we cannot allow them to do it. We can't allow them to do it. And that's why I'm calling on everybody that's within the sound of my voice, that's on the Trump train or in the capitalist army. We cannot stop. We got to make sure that we expose the hypocrisy. We got to expose these ridiculous imbeciles that are out here in the mainstream media that are pushing nothing more than propaganda, lies, outright lies, for Christ's sake. because they're trying to shape the narrative in the minds of the simpletons, and we have to play a part in that. You, me, and that's why I'm calling on everybody, get a blog, get a social media account, do whatever it takes to try to reach as many people as possible so that you can kind of give the right information to folks, so you can shape the conscience of people. It is that damn important. By God, you are the media. You are the media. You are the new media. You are the new media. I mean, take this power that we have while we still have it and run with it. Run with it. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's take some more callers, shall we? We got area code 231. What's going on? You there, 231?
Oh.
Yeah, what's going on, man? Sorry, it was my end. 231, go ahead.
Hey, I just wanted to say, I'm really upset with what's going on here. I just want to make a point here. They were saying, the reports were saying, he was telling his coworkers, this Omar guy, he was telling his coworkers that he wants to take over the U.S. government and submit everyone to Sharia law and all that. And from 2013 on, they never went after this guy. They never investigated further. They just questioned him, then went about the business. And I want to make the point that if I told my coworkers about I want to take over the government and I was waving a Confederate flag, I tell you what, the FBI would be at my house the next hour. They'd be waterboarding me. They'd be shoving things in my face. They'd be telling me, they'd be arresting me. It's just outrageous. And the only reason they didn't go after him is because his skin was brown. This is an outrageous issue. And I'm sad that for everything that went on, and I'm infuriated, and I'm telling you right now to everybody, if you do not vote for Trump, you are anti-American.
No, hey, thank you for calling, and you're exactly right. I don't get it either. I don't get what these leftists are trying to do, but it makes sense. If you just take a look at Europe, man. Look at what they've done to Europe. They brought in the migrant crisis. They brought in the terrorism, and they punished their own people. These are totalitarian freaks. I mean, that's just all there is to it, man. This is a diabolical social engineering program. And they are utilizing the wild Yehudis that have been battle-hardened in these damn Islamic wars that the United States helped start, thanks to George W. They are utilizing these people to do this. All right? They are utilizing these people to implement totalitarian laws, anti-free speech, martial law type. It's crap. And what I don't understand is that this is why people get their stupid news from the mainstream media. I don't understand why they do, because they are just being suggested what they should think. They are just being fed talking points so they can regurgitate to their friends, and then it makes them feel better inside. It makes them feel funny in the pants. I mean, give me a break. I mean, it just bloviates their stupid, ridiculous ego when they know nothing. They know nothing. Anyway, 609, what's going on? What do you have to say about this?
Me?
Yeah.
Hey, my name's Baxi Ratty. I've contacted you a couple times, and I'm actually a conservative member of the LGBTQ community. And I've been worried about this for a long time because I've just seen all the news from around the world of them throwing people off buildings and everything. And I just wanted to let you know that, this is crap to me. I mean, every time this happens, people come out and, there are people that are like, no, that's not all Islam. But where are the actual Muslims? Do they stand up and say, hey, guys, calm down, don't do this. This isn't what our religion says. No, they just sit there and go, well, it happens, but, it's not an actual thing, They don't actually go out and say, we're sorry, we're going to fix stuff. They just make excuses. And
no, you're absolutely right. This is something that I've discussed, and thank you for calling as well. This is something I've discussed, that where's the moderate Islamics? Huh? Where are the moderates in Islam to denounce this type of ridiculousness? I got tweeted some screenshots of tweets in the Islamic world that were praising this crap. From regular, everyday Islamic people, not ISIS accounts, people from all over the Islamic world that were praising this. that thought it was a good thing that this wild Yehudi went into a gay club and basically murdered a bunch of people, massive amounts of people. They thought it was great. They thought they were doing Allah's will. I mean, he's exactly right. This is a conservative LGBTQ individual who just called. I mean, why are they continuously saying that, no, it's not Islam, even though you do not hear the moderate Islamic outcry as it relates to these sick, disgusting Islamic terrorist acts? Because, folks, I've always alluded to this, that deep down inside they actually believe it. They justify it. That's why they're not out here ratting each other out. That's why they're not trying to prevent Islamic terrorism. They're not trying to prevent it. They want it to happen. If they didn't, they would come out in unison and say, look, we are not affiliated with these sick freaks. We don't want to be classified with these sick freaks. They'd be coming out in masses. But they're not. They are not doing it. And there are a lot of Muslims in the world, folks. There are a lot of Muslims in the world, and I have yet to see massive amounts of Muslims denounce these terrorist acts in the name of Islam. On the contrary, I have seen, well, you shouldn't have said that about the Prophet. Well, you shouldn't have done that. Well, you shouldn't have said that. I mean, give me a break. Let me tell you something. This is America. This is freedom. And this is why I'm for Trump. And just like a caller said here today, if you're not voting for Trump, you are anti-American. If you don't vote for Trump, you are anti-American and you're anti-capitalist, for Christ's sake. And that's why I'm calling on the LGBTQ community. It is time for you to start recognizing that what the liberals have done is hijack your issues and politicize them for their own political benefit. I mean, did you see Pocahontas, Elizabeth Warren? She went out and marched with the damn LGBTQ community and put on a bunch of rainbow outfits and tried to pretend that she was some kind of a muff diving bull dyke, trying to pretend that, I mean, what a bunch of garbage. What a bunch of disingenuous, leftist, politicized, pandering crap. I can't believe people still believe this garbage. I can't believe people still believe this garbage. Oh, my God. So once again, LGBTQ, now it's time for you to make a decision. You're going to be anesthetized with political romanticism and rhetoric, which is all the liberals have given you this whole time to begin with, or you want to make yourself safe? Do you want to make sure that your areas of celebration, which are nightclubs and whatever else that you partake in your gay communities, don't you want them to be safe? I mean, it's bad enough, with all due respect, that you got to, take some gay bashing every now and then, which is completely wrong also. But never did you ever think, right, LGBT, that you would be killed in massive amounts for doing nothing but partaking in leisurely activity that is hurting nobody but yourselves, or if you are hurting yourself. And when I say hurting yourselves, I'm talking about the unsafe sexual practices that seem to be rather prevalent in your community. And that's why when I say, pride, I think that the pride this month should highlight the fact that there is a problem within the LGBTQ community, and that problem is not being honest with each other, being sexually promiscuous in unsafe manners with each other, and basically infecting each other with a variety of different ailments, for a lack of a better term. And all I'm saying is, since this is Pride Month, I would like to take this opportunity to encourage the LGBTQ community to be a little bit more safer with themselves if they're going to partake in promiscuous activity. All right? I mean, there are even prostitutes that have been prostituting for 30 years that never got the AIDS because they used protection. Do you understand this? I mean, I'm just saying. So I would like to extend my hopes that the LGBTQ could be a little bit more safer, partake in a little bit more safer sexual promiscuous activity, and start understanding that, okay, you're proud that you can be accepted as homosexual, but that should not define you. Sexuality should not define you. It should not be the first thing that everyone needs to see and everyone needs to know right when they meet you. You know the first thing that people should know and see right when they meet you? If you're a good person, if you're loyal, if you're reliable, if you're intelligent, if you're articulate, if you're creative, if you're smart. I mean, these are the things that you should be worried about, as opposed to making sure that the first thing everybody sees about you is that you are LGBTQ. Think about that for a second there. I mean, you can do what you want, don't get me wrong, but where is the pride when the first thing that you want everybody to know, everyone to know, is that you're a sexual creature? Huh? I mean, that's why no one respects a female slut, all right? I'm not joking. I mean, that's why you got that bald-headed piece of slut bag, single mother trash, Amber Rose, trying to have these slut walks, claiming that it's a bad thing to slut shame. No, it's not. No, it's not, all right? I think that women need to partake in sexual liaisons if they're going to be sexually promiscuous with men that ain't going to go tell their friends and family and everybody else around the town, I mean, you need to get to know a man to know that, hey, look, what we're doing is casual, and I don't want you to let everybody know about it, all right? And as long as you don't let anybody know about it, we can have a good time. You understand what I'm saying? But nobody talks about that. You know what people do? They just, if it feels good, do it. They don't even think about the consequences. They don't even think about the ramifications. And that's why we have the situation that we're in America today. And that's why I'm encouraging the LGBTQ community, please be a little bit more safer with yourselves as it relates to your sexual activity and sexual relations. I know that it is prevalent. It is the thing to do to partake in sexual promiscuous activity without any protection. I don't get it. But I don't see the pride in that, LGBTQ. I do not see any pride in having death wishes. And I'm not trying to correlate this with this shooting. I'm just saying it is Pride Month, and I think that you need to have pride. You need to start taking integrity in your community and stop perpetuating a stereotype that you want to basically get rid of. All right? And I'm encouraging LGBTQ. You can do whatever the hell you want, man. Be as promiscuous as you want. Just be safe with yourselves, man. Stop playing death games with HIV, man.
Boar's Head is bringing a slice of Japan to the deli. Introducing Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. Tender, slow-roasted chicken breast, coated in our signature teriyaki glaze, where ginger, garlic, and a hint of brown sugar meet for a flavor that's both sweet and savory. New Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. The bold flavor of Japan. Now at the deli. Only from Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.
Jesus Christ, and stop doing meth. I mean, what the hell's up with you LGBTQ idiots and meth? And when I say idiots, I'm talking about the idiots that are taking meth. I'm not talking about all of LGBTQ, okay? So don't get triggered. I'm serious. I mean, there is a meth problem. I'm sure that's not being highlighted in Pride Month, huh? There's a big meth problem going on. Jesus Christ. Let's just take a couple more callers. Look, we're going to hold the Radio Graffiti calls for the third hour, so if you're waiting for Radio Graffiti, we're going to take it in the post-show, all right? The live show is serious business. We're having a discussion about this particular shooting. The liberals, once again, have blood on their hands because they've stoked both sides of this issue, and now it has manifested in this Orlando shooting. Let me take one more caller here before the live show winds down. And we no longer have any more time to take any more live calls, if you will. We got area code 213. What's going on?
Ghost, baby, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on?
What's going on, Ghost?
Oh, man, is this the ghetto capitalist?
It is, but I'm going to break character for one call for your show just to show show your listeners that this is a fact that they need to consider when it comes to Obama's proposition of allowing refugees into this country. Can you give me that platform one time, Ghost?
Yeah, go ahead, man. He's giving them $20,000 a pop to bring them in here, and then immediately giving them all the benefits and then some. Go ahead.
All right. Well, let's break this down. If you go to Google right now and you search Obama refugee quota, right now the Boston Globe reports he wants to allow 100,000 refugees into this country in 2017, which perplexes me right off the bat because he ain't even going to be president in 2017. But he wants to allow 100,000 refugees in this country in 2017. Now, let's break down that math, Ghost. Let's break down that math. Now, you got 52 weeks in a working year. You know the government only works 5 days a week, so that's 260 days. That's 260 days. So in 260 days, they're going to have to approve 384 refugees a day. Now, if you take into consideration the 1 hour lunch break that all these government employees get, they're going to have to approve 384 refugees a day. That is a refugee every 1 minute, 1 minute, 5 seconds. How are they gonna do that, Ghost? They can't even get my driver's license. I've been waiting 8 days for my EBT card. They're gonna declare that these refugees are kosher.
Well, hey man, that's why I told you that Obama was going to do this, man. That he was going to lure everybody in with the free stuff. And this is classic liberal baiting. This is what's happening to the people in Europe, man. They came in, they lured you in, hey, we'll feed you, we'll clothe you, we'll house you, and now that you are no longer of use to them, they're trying to bring in a new group of people to usurp the relevance of you, of America. And that's what's happening in Europe, man. I mean, it's what's happening right now. I mean, we're lucky we're not as close to proximity as what's happening in Europe. I mean, Germany's already let in like over, 1-2 million into Germany, and they are literally turning into a new country, a whole new country. Well, and now, I mean, the German culture is being crippled and so on and so on. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I just want to ask a question, like, how can we approve this many people in so little time? Like, what kind of background checks is the government doing? Like, I'd rather have these illegal Mexicans taking my EBT than these motherfuckers shooting up gay clubs.
Well, you know, they already said that they can't vet them. I mean, there's a YouTube video with the FBI or some kind of FBI head bureaucrat stating that there is no possible way to vet these people. And not only that, Obama has signed in that not only they're not vetting them, they're letting them in with STDs, HIV, TB. That's why we're seeing all these weird ailments that are coming about all over America. There's a TB outbreak, I think, in Tennessee. There's a TB outbreak in Minnesota. I mean, this is directly a consequence from this refugee situation from the Middle East.
Well, you know, and like I'm pointing out with that math, in order to accept 100,000 refugees within a year under a government-based workday, we have to accept them in under 2 minutes. What kind of due diligence is the government doing? They're not doing any. There's no due diligence into any of these people. They're just bringing them in, Ghost. They just bringing them in.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Ghetto Capitalist. Man, I want to thank you for calling and having that serious conversation, because now, you want to know why Ghetto Capitalist is having a serious conversation? Because now it's taken away from his pocket now, huh? What did I tell each and every one of you people that were collecting money that thought it was a big joke? All of a sudden, they're stopping the payments on your EBT, or they're being late with the payments. What if they just don't give you the payments? What are you going to do then? You see how they made you dependent on government, and now they don't need you anymore. The liberal totalitarian regime in this goddamn country does not need you anymore, and now they're going to bring in a whole new population to dominate you liberals that took it hook, line, and sinker, that these people had your best interest at hand. Just take a look at Europe, all right? LGBTQ and all you dumb leftist liberals, take a look at what's happening in Europe, and that's exactly what Obama's trying to do here in America. He's trying to bring in the problem. He's trying to import the terrorism. And when the terrorism happens, he wants to implement totalitarianism. He wants to implement the bureaucrats taking over control of America, and we cannot let him do it. We cannot let him do it, and that's why Donald Trump's presidency is so goddamn important. If you're within the sound of my voice, you better do whatever it takes within your sphere of influence, whether it's on social media, whether you get a blog, whether you have a vlog, whether you have any source of communication, to make sure that you put out the information that contradicts the lies of the mainstream media, that contradicts the goddamn propaganda that's being pumped out of the left. I mean, you understand that? This is a battle of information that we need to win. We need to go out and make sure that we shape the conscience of the people that are voting, so that we make sure that Donald Trump is elected president, and we can once again make America great again, bring back the capitalist to America, and by God, bring back the economic opportunities for all instead of handouts. We don't want handouts. We want economic opportunities, and by God, that's what Donald Trump is going to represent and bring to America. So what are you doing? Get off the sidelines and get on the front lines. The front lines are now right outside your door. So by God, partake. If you're a part of the capitalist army, or if you're in the Trump train, by God, it is a duty for you to go out and spread this information like wildfire. Partake in forum post debates. Go out and get social media accounts. Even if you're got a blog or a vlog, let your opinions come out and make sure they're valid so you can convince people. Anyway, folks, we're about almost out of time of the live broadcast. Once again, I am going to extend a third hour, and the only way you can basically listen to it is over the phone or directly after we're done at blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. It'll be there for downloading the podcast. And if you haven't already done so, folks, please follow me on Twitter. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost. I'm going to be here tomorrow, folks, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, every Monday through Friday. I am live 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. So be there tomorrow, baby. I'm going to see you 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, now we are in the third hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Once again, folks, this is the third hour, which is it's not broadcast live. The only way you're listening to it is if you're on the telephone right now or listening to us in the archive. And if you are an archive listener, I appreciate you listening in. Once again, every episode that I have ever conducted is downloadable for free at blogtalkradio.com/ghost, all right? Now, we're going to continue on with this. I'm going to make it radio graffiti. But, of course, if you want to talk about something, if you have something to discuss, just let me know when I call on you, and we'll just discuss it, all right? This is just a free-flow, random Sunday edition. We had this horrific tragedy that happened, this Islamic terrorist attack, which our president refuses to acknowledge, okay? This Islamic terrorist attack that happened in Orlando. And basically, as I've stated throughout the show, folks, the liberals have blood on their hands, all right? They have blood on their hands for stoking both sides of this issue, and now it has manifested in this horrific tragedy in Orlando. Over 50 dead, 50 injured. I mean, give me a break, man. What is it going to take for especially the LGBTQ community to understand that these Muslims hate you? I mean, they hate you. I mean, to the point where they want to mass kill you. Massive mass killing. I mean, what more do you need to know? All right? What more do you need to know, for Christ's sake? Makes me sick, all right? But are you liberals going to continue to say, oh, don't be Islamophobic, okay? Don't do it. Don't be Islamophobic. Not all of Islam is terrorist, okay? I mean, it's a religion of peace. Remember that, okay? It is a religion of peace. Yeah, right. All right. I mean, give me a freaking break. As I've stated time and time again, where are the moderate Muslims to denounce this crap? Where are the moderate Muslims to denounce this nonsense, this malarkey, this terrorism? Where are they, huh? They're nowhere to be found. And as I've stated, folks, there are people out here that have tweeted me screenshots. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and retweet a Paul Joseph Watson screenshot of the Muslims reacting to the Orlando shooting. And, of course, they're a religion of peace, though, right? They're a religion of peace, though. And, of course, folks, Politics Ghost is the name to see these tweets, all right? Anyway, let's go ahead and let's continue going, shall we? We're going to go ahead and do some radio graffiti, folks. But, of course, I know that there are probably people that want to discuss certain things, so we're just going to go roll with this. When I call on your area code, and, of course, we're having some Skype issues, and I believe it's the way Skype redesigned its program that Blog Talk Radio is now finding incompatible, from what I understand. So we shall see what happens as it relates to the future of Skype calling. I hope that they find at least another alternative or something of that nature. But let's continue going, shall we? All right. Radio graffiti, and for you folks that are unaware, radio graffiti is a part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All you have to do is give me a call, all right? And unfortunately, no one can call me. Everybody's pretty much on hold. But when I call on your area code, you have exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind, all right? Of course, we got a lot of callers, right, engineer? Well, let's go ahead and get to radio graffiti right now. All right, let's get 727. What's going on, radio graffiti?
Hey, Ghost, what's going on, man?
How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. Can I speak to you, about, the whole entire Orlando thing?
The whole what?
The whole entire Orlando situation, you know?
Yeah, go right ahead. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I actually know a couple people that have, worked there in the past, some family members. And I just gotta say, it's kind of, crazy what happened, you know? I'm kind of not becoming a troll anymore. I kind of want to get into, serious business now. But, yeah, all I gotta say is it's crazy what's happened, you know?
Yeah, no, it is. And, you should consider not becoming a troll anymore, man. It's serious business. And if you are going to troll for a political purpose, man. Agitate the left. I mean, literally agitate each and every one of these leftist scumbags and expose them for being hypocrites. All right? And because they don't like that. They don't like being exposed for being hypocrites. They usually ignore you. All right? I mean, you can get them very angry in that regard because they don't want to live in reality. All right? These people are sick. These people are hypnotized. They don't want to be taken out of that hypnosis. And they have a serious problem. Liberals have a serious problem. Just looking at what happened to this situation in Orlando shows that the schism that the liberals created within their own ideology is manifesting itself in this shooting. All right? You've got an Islamic terrorist that went after a LGBTQ-based nightclub because Islam hates gays. Islam hates homosexuals, all right? So what are y'all going to do there, LGBTQ? Are y'all going to continue to perpetuate this idea that Islam is peace, though, huh? Are you going to continue to say that, oh, don't be Islamic phobic? Are you going to continue to call Trump racist because he wants to put a ban on Muslims entering in the goddamn country, huh? Is that what you're going to do? I hope so. Because let me tell you something, you're not going to be able to have these nightclubs and you're not going to be able to be open in the streets if you have massive amounts of migrants from the Middle East coming in here and setting up shop. Do you understand this? And you heard the ghetto capitalist, and I just retweeted that particular article in which he was discussing in the Boston Globe that Obama wants to bring in over 100,000 of these damn wild Yehudis from Syria. And why do you think he's doing it? Because this man wants the problem to happen so that this damn government can implement damn totalitarianism. That's what they did in Europe, man. Just look at Europe, please. Please look at Europe. I mean, that's what they're doing here. That's the model. That's what these bureaucrats are doing, man. They're bringing in the problem so that the problem can go and run amok, which is terrorism, and then they punish the people. They punish the people. I mean, this is the new method on which these totalitarians are going to take power. I'm telling you, that's just the way they're going to do it. It's disgusting, it's sick, and I cannot believe that liberals are okay with this. They're bowing down to this. They're championing this. I mean, I'm serious, man. I mean, it's sick, man. It is utterly sick. Anyway, let's continue going, shall we? We got 708 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, it's G. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, G? How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. I worked Saturday, so I'm sorry I wasn't able to get on the show that often. I was busy with work and whatnot. But like,
oh, that's cool, man. Go ahead. Do you have any thing to say about what we're talking about here?
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous how people could just give these Muslims a pass. I mean, not all Muslims are terrorists, obviously, but the ones that are not aren't really doing a lot about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just
no, they're not. They're not out in vocal unison denouncing these things. They're not trying to prevent them. As a matter of fact, deep down inside, I honestly believe they want this to continue to happen. They want this to happen. In my opinion, I honestly believe it.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually talking to someone who was Muslim, and they actually were talking to me about how they didn't like some of this stuff, but I'm kind of wondering now if she was just saying that just to sound innocent, you know what I'm saying?
Well, of course they're, G. I mean, that's what they do. They're very deceitful people. I mean, do we remember that it is something that they are practicing in so that they can get deep inside with the enemy to destroy them? Remember, these are people that are willing to kill themselves because they think they're going to do an a la snack bar and go to heaven. All right, man, I mean, you're dealing with a suicidal group of terrorists. All right, I mean, I don't know how much more tolerant you have to be there, huh, liberals? Huh? And that's why I'm saying you got blood on your hands, liberals. I'm going to continue to say it. You got blood on your hands. And you should all be ashamed of yourselves, all of you, for allowing this to happen. You allowed this to happen. You basically just stewed the pot, baby. And this is what happened. And that's why I'm calling on you LGBTQs. What are y'all going to do? Y'all going to continue, oh, no, it's not all Muslims. It's okay. Even though it's in the Muslim religion to kill you people. I mean, this man killed over 50-plus people, injured 50-plus people, like it was no big deal, like he was killing fire ants, like he was stepping on a bunch of cockroaches. Do you understand that? That's what these Muslims believe. You are subhuman to these Muslims. That's why they're throwing them off buildings out there in the Middle East. That's why they're killing them and executing them in Saudi Arabia and Iran. Don't you understand that? So what are y'all LGBTQ people going to do? You're going to continue to champion this, huh? Jesus Christ. 714, Radio Graffiti.
Hey, what's up, Ghost? It's Z Frostwire. I just wanted to talk about the whole situation that happened out there in Orlando for a little bit because I know a lot of people are still on hold. So
no, go right ahead, Z Frostwire. How you doing, man? What do you got to say about this subject?
I'm doing pretty well, and basically what I wanted to say is I really hope that the people out there in Florida are staying safe because last year I actually lost one of my sergeants from my unit who lived out in Florida who was actually killed in cold blood by some scumbag who was just hopped up on meth, you know. So my condolences go out to everybody out there in Florida. I hope everybody out there stays safe. And it's really sad what's happening to the LGBTQ community because, you know, I sacrificed years of my life to protect these people, and yet we have these Muslim terrorists coming in and just shooting up the place like it's nothing, like an exterminator or something. Like, it's ridiculous. So my condolences do go out to everybody out there in Florida. I really hope that they stay safe.
No, hey, I appreciate their Z Frost, and you're exactly right. You know, you obviously are a serviceman. You were out there. You were trying to protect the American way, and the American way is tolerance, man. I mean, look, we don't necessarily have to enjoy, appreciate, or even like what the LGBTQ is doing. But this is America, and as long as they are paying their own way and they're not hurting anybody else but themselves and those within their own community, and let me tell you, I'm not a fan of them doing that either with this promiscuous, unsafe sexual activity. But moreover, they're capitalists, and if they're partaking in work and then after work they go into these gay clubs and do what they do, that's what America is all about. But, you know, here you have Z Frostwire here, who probably went out and fought these wild Yehudis. Now he's finding out here when he gets back to the homeland, he's got a bunch of wild Yehudis out here trying to infringe upon the American way of life. And you've got liberals that are trying to justify these infringings upon our American way of life by saying that those of us that criticize Islamic terror are being racist, Islamophobic. And let me tell you, that dog don't hunt no more, boy. That ain't going to fly anymore, and I'm calling you LGBTQs out. Are you going to continue to oblige the liberal idea, which is hijack your strife to basically politicize it and extort it for all its political value? Because that's the only thing that the liberals have done for you LGBTQ folks, all right? They have politicized and extorted and politically pimped your issues, your strife, and you people have obliged it and been perfectly okay with it, all right? Now it's coming to a header. Now it's coming to a header with this particular shooting because now you have to make a choice, LGBTQ. Are you going to be pro-Islamic? Are you going to continue to run with the narrative that those that want to stop the inflow of Middle Eastern refugees into America are racist? Are you going to continue with this narrative? Because if you are, there's something wrong with you. There is something mentally wrong with you. Because once these Muslim immigrants come into this country, the first people that they are going to oppress, the first people that they are going to kill is you. Is you. And I don't know what it's going to take for you individuals to understand this, LGBTQ. What is it going to take for you to understand this? It's time for you to make a choice there, LGBTQ. You want Sharia law? Then keep making excuses for Islamic terror, just like this damn president, this disgusting, filthy president, and the rest of the left, the rest of the Democrats. Are you going to come over here on the Trump train where it's all about freedom, capitalism, as long as you can pay your own way? A better America, a more tolerant America. That's why I'm calling you LGBTQs out, all right? What are you going to do? You're going to continue to be pandering to the left? Huh? Are you going to continue arguing that, oh, no, you're just being Islamophobe? That's just one Muslim. It just, 50, 70 people, it's just one Muslim. I'm telling you, you people need to start waking up, all right? And that's why those of us on the Trump train and the capitalist army, we need to continue to push this narrative. We need to push this debate on these Hillary Clinton supporters, Bernie Sanders supporters, and anybody on the left that continues with this Islamophobe narrative and this gun control narrative, all right? You got to keep hitting them. You got to say, hey, what, do you want Sharia law or do you want to accept the LGBTQ? You cannot have it both ways, and the proof is in the pudding, baby. The proof is in the fact that these Muslims hate. They hate LGBTQ. They hate them to the point where they want to kill them in massive, massive numbers. Massive numbers. Like they're killing groups of cockroaches or ants. I mean, that's how sick mentality that this damn wild Yehudi that went in and did this mass shooting was. It was under this disgusting idea of wild Yehudiism that he was actually doing something for his religion. And you goddamn leftists and you goddamn liberals and you Democrats need to do some soul searching, huh? If you vote for this Democratic Party in this presidential election, you are voting for jihadism. You are voting for Islamic terrorism. That's all there is to it. Bottom line. Bottom line. If you are voting Democrat in America, you are voting for Islamic terrorism. Bottom line. Sharia law, burqas, oppression of women, the death of gays. That's what you're doing on the left, all right? Go ahead. You want to continue vote Democrat? That's what you're going to get. You're going to get this Sharia law, totalitarian, right-taking garbage. It's sick, man. It's utterly disgusting. Anyway, we got 614 Radio Graffiti. Hello, 614. You're on the air. I don't know what's going on there. How about 916? You're on the horn. What's going on? Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, I just wanted to, we actually spoke earlier in the show, but you kind of cut me off. I wanted to add a thought to what I had said earlier.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, the whole thing where liberals spout the bullshit about, it's the guns, give them up, all that type of shit. But I just want to tell everybody listening, get yourself a gun, get yourself some ammo, because the left is crashing the proverbial plane with no survivors. They want to import people from the Middle East, like you were saying just a second ago. They hate gays. They want to oppress women. And when it happens, the left are going to blame the right and say, oh, man, this is what happens because they were very hateful of the Muslims. And, like I said, the left is crashing the proverbial plane with no survivors. I mean, it's happening. You know what I mean? It's happening right before our eyes, and they don't care. This is what they want. And
no, it's absolutely what they want. It's a sick, diabolical social engineering design. And people need to wake up and realize that. I mean, the left and the Democrats, these people are totalitarian freaks. They are totalitarian freaks. They want to tell you and be in control of you in every aspect of your life. I mean, that's why this has to be the utter end of career politicians. All right, the utter end of career bureaucrats. Career bureaucrats are dangerous. And just take a look at what's happening to America today. All right, we have to vote these pieces of trash out. All right, these Paul Ryans and these Ted Cruzes and these disgusting, filthy, disgusting piece of garbage bureaucrats, the Wasserman Schultz and the Chuck Schumers and the Harry Reids and these disgusting scoundrels. We got to vote these people out. They're the ones that brought this problem. They're the ones that are adding fuel to the fire of this problem. Career bureaucrats are the detriment to America, and we have to stop it. That's why Donald Trump's presidency is so goddamn important. And moreover, I'm looking forward to Donald Trump making this Hillary Clinton speech that he's going to make this week, because he is going to rip Hillary Clinton a new one. All right? I'm telling you this right now. I know exactly what he is going to say, and I'm looking forward to it. And if that speech happens, I strongly advise everybody to look at it, because it's going to make some media waves. And you know that the mainstream media is going to try to spin it, but that's why I'm asking you to go and make sure to look at that speech so you can hear the direct words from the man and not from some stupid talking head that's trying to push out propaganda for the state. So you're exactly right, man. Exactly right. 360, you're on the horn. Radio Graffiti.
I freaking love Vietnam. Vietnam, right? Worldwide.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, that's great. I was waiting for one of those. How about 757? What's going on? Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, is that me?
Yeah, you.
Hey, I was hoping we could talk about the real source of all the problems we have nowadays in society, whether it be the destruction of the family unit, the destruction of gender roles, and how our kids are being raised and whatnot. And the SJWs and this feminist movement are just a symptom of the people that really want to enact these things. And I think that people like you and Alex Jones and Paul Joseph Watson are just merely identifying the effect of these people and not the real root cause.
Well, go ahead, enlighten me.
Well, from my understanding, this creation of the society we have nowadays is created from cultural Marxism and like the Jewish Enlightenment in the early 20th century from the Frankfurt School. And that these strategies, like the cloud and Piven and the destruction of society, strategies are just being implemented.
Welcome back to Engine Talk.
And we're talking about engines. Next caller, you're on the air.
Hi, I'm Brian. I just changed my oil.
Oh, what motor oil are you using, Brian?
Mobile Super Synthetic.
Hello! Smart man. You know, synthetics are a great way to protect your engine.
Oh, yeah, my engine works great.
So, what's the problem, Brian?
Oh, nothing.
No issues at all?
Well, I have this rash on my thigh.
Wrong show, Brian.
Mobile Super Synthetic, now at AutoZone for $3.99 a quart. Super protection, super price. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Today.
Well, let me explain. I have talked about the Frankfurt schools back when I was a true conservative. I mean, you can go look back in the archive at blogtalkradio.com/ghost. I talked about this was a communist conspiracy a long time ago. I remember when I was broadcasting as a true conservative radio, people thought I was nuts. People thought I was trying to rekindle the 60s and 70s when I was saying the word communism back then. I still say it today. And I brought back the idea that the whole reason why we're witnessing this influx of cultural Marxism and communism is because of the Frankfurt School in Germany. All right, now you're trying to put a whole Jewry type of spin on it, and you see, it's not exclusively Jewish. All right, I mean, there is a whole cabal of different groups and factions that are vying for power. That's what people don't really understand. You know, it's not just one group that's, vying for power. It's a collaborative bunch of groups that are trying to rule the world and yet still trying to have order out of chaos. You know, the Catholic Church, the bureaucrats, the scientists, the medical industry, the people that create the technocrats, the individuals who control technology, communication, the intelligentsia. I can go on and on. I mean, there are some old money, old elites. You've got old monarchs. I mean, there are a lot of different factions that are trying to vie for the world. And that's one thing that we cannot negate. I have never negated the fact that there are a bunch of different factions vying for the world. But to basically say that it is just one majority of people, I just completely disagree with that. I mean, my research and my experience showed me that it's basically a cabal of individuals that are basically in concert with each other, but in reality trying to backstab each other so that they can have the power. You know, a good movie, since since you people are so addicted to Hollywood and you need to have like some movie to give you an understanding of what's really going on out here in the world today, take a look at the movie called The Skulls. All right? It's called The Skulls, and it's with Craig T. Nelson and Paul Walker, the guy from that died from Fast and the Furious. A couple other actors. The guy from who cares? But anyway, it's a good movie. It's basically about the Skull and Bones. It's not about it. It's kind of emulating what happens at the infamous Skull and Bones secret society fraternity in Yale University. All right? And what I would like for you to take from that movie is how all these individuals that are within this system of the skulls, even though they all help each other, in actuality, they're trying to backstab each other to get each other's influence or get each other's power or so on and so forth. I mean, that is a microcosm. That movie is a microcosm of what is going on here in the world today. I mean, there is a law, there is a group of rules that have been accepted amongst the elites of the elites. And when I say elites, I'm talking about people that have been around for at least 150 years plus. I mean, the people that are in control of the world. And that's why Donald Trump's presidency is basically a revolution of that particular order. That's why, in my opinion, I believe that Donald Trump he knows he's taken his life in his hands. He is challenging the elite authority. And you see, this is what I always said. You can look back at my archive. I've always said this, folks, that a true revolution is going to start from the top down. Even Karl Marx said it, all right, that a true revolution starts from the top down, not from the bottom up. The whole bottom-up revolution crap came from Lenin and Mao and Pol Pot and Ho Chi Minh and all these peasantry-based communist revolutions. And that's because Lenin redefined communist theory by stating Marx was wrong. Revolution wasn't going to start from the top down. It had to start from the bottom up. And that has been the biggest contradiction within communism since the inception of communism. But I believe that Marx was initially right in that regard, in the regard that revolutions start from the top down. And right now what Donald Trump has done is he has made himself a part of the elites. He has basically gathered himself a sphere of influence within that elite system. And not only influence in the sense of financial influence, but actual political and ideal influence. I mean, he has been able to maintain and gather loyalty within the elite system based upon his ideas. And folks, if you've been listening to me, you always know that I have always said that this was a battle of ideas. It's always a battle of ideas. That's what changes the world. But it's how you basically gather those ideas and communicate those ideas, and if those communicated ideas are accepted and believed to influential people that can actually make things happen. And that's what Donald Trump is doing, in my opinion. I believe that he is causing a revolution within the elite system. And that's why you have everybody against Donald Trump at this point in time. Every institution is against this man. Every institution, not just here in America, but in the international community, is against Donald Trump. And I'm telling you, it's because this man is taking his own life in his own hands, and we should be so grateful and lucky that we have such a true patriot, a true capitalist that's willing to basically put his life on the line in an attempt to revolt against the international bureaucratic institutionalization of our world and our country. And you see, this is why he's not, I mean, as much as the international bureaucrats hate him, and as much as of a ruckus that he's making within the international order, he's somewhat untouchable, all right? Somewhat. I'm not saying he is untouchable. I mean, you remember, this is the international bureaucratic institutional order out here. They got a lot of resources. Things can be done, so on and so forth. But the fact that Donald Trump not only has gotten this far, but has gotten this far without too much of a threat, if you will, shows me that this man not only has the populace of the American people, he also has a certain level of influence within this supposed global order system. And that's why he's been able to be so successful, and the system hasn't been able to stop him. That's why the system hasn't been able to stop him, because there's got to be at least some small minority of those elites within the global order system that actually believe in his ideas. And believe me, Donald Trump just didn't have this hair up his ass to go and run for president. I mean, this was a very calculated, a very diabolical plan. He had to do a lot of groundwork for many, many years so that he could build the credibility not only with the people, but with the actual individuals that are the influencers and the leaders of the global order. And it's a fact. I mean, this is an absolute fact. Anybody that tries to deny this, I mean, you have no idea what you're talking about. Absolutely no goddamn idea what you're talking about. So once again, this is what makes Donald Trump's presidency so goddamn important. I honestly believe that Donald Trump is basically taking his life in his hands, and we should be so grateful that he's doing so in an attempt to try to save this country. And why? I mean, look at what the country gave him. I mean, he is a billionaire. I mean, he's had the life of lives. I mean, he's had everything that he's ever wanted. Any kind of desire he ever cherished. Any material that he ever thought about wanting. He's already done everything. I mean, do you imagine what kind of enlightenment that is? That this man has no other desires other than to do good and to leave goodwill on the earth once he's no longer a part of it. I mean, we are lucky to have Donald Trump. I'm not kidding around. That's why I'm saying he is the last line in the sand. The last line in the sand for America, and I encourage the capitalist army, and I encourage the Trump train to do whatever is in your sphere of influence to continue to perpetuate and expose the contradictions of America, or of the Democrats in America, and of the leftists in America. Anyway, folks, it's getting a little late for Sunday here. I didn't really mean for this broadcast to be going on so long, but this was a horrific tragedy, and we needed to discuss these issues. They're very serious subject matters. We have to make these leftists have the debate on whether or not they're going to have Sharia law or they are going to be pro-LGBTQ. They cannot have them both because Islam hates LGBTQ, hates them, wants to kill them in massive numbers, for Christ's sake. And this particular incident is proof of that, all right? I mean, this is a manifestation of what the liberals have fueled on this fire. Do you understand that? It is the liberals that have fueled this fire that has manifested in this horrific tragedy that happened in Orlando. And that's why I'm saying, folks, Donald Trump for president. If you do not vote for Donald Trump, you're definitely anti-American is right. All right? And that's all there is to it. Anyway, once again, I extend my condolences to those that were tragically murdered in this particular Islamic terrorist act. But it's time for you LGBTQ to start recognizing what yours truly has been always saying. Remember, I think I alluded to this a few shows ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, that you LGBTQs are actually helping your hatred by trying to flaunt these issues that have nothing to do with your strife. You're just trying to politicize things because you learned it from liberals, LGBTQ. You're trying to politicize things like the bathroom laws and gay marriage and, oh, you don't want to serve me a cake for my gay wedding? Oh, that's discrimination and all this other nonsense. You have learned to politicize stuff from the liberals, and look at where that has gotten you. Huh? Now, because you, LGBTQ, you took cues from the liberals, you tried to say, oh, no, not all Muslims are terrorists, and oh, no, you're Islamophobic, and oh, no, Trump's racist because he wants to have a ban on Muslims coming into the country. What do you got to say now? What do you got to say now? I think that you need to start smelling the coffee and realizing that you've been had and hoodwinked and defrauded by the liberals. They hijacked your strife. They hijacked your lifestyle to politicize it and juice it and pimp it out as much as they possibly can. Same with the Islamic stuff. Same with Islam. They've pimped out and politicized this religion, and now it has manifested itself in this horrific tragedy in Florida, in Orlando. And that's why I'm going to say it, and I'm going to continue to say it. You liberals have blood on your hands. You have blood on your hands, and you should all be ashamed of yourselves. Each and every one of you Democrats, you liberals, you leftists, you're the ones that fueled these flames. You're the one that manifested this Orlando shooting. You did it. You liberals. Your agitation. Your propaganda. You did this. And that's why I'm calling you liberals out too. All right? You're going to have to choose a side, boy. What do you want? You want Sharia law, or do you want to be pro-LGBTQ? And that goes for both sides. You wild Yehudis and you LGBTQ, all right? What do you want the liberals to do with you? Do you want Sharia law, or do you want pro-LGBTQ? It's that simple. What's it going to be, liberals? Huh? Check. What's it going to be, boy? I'm telling you this right now. These liberals ain't going to know what to say. They're not going to know what to do. And that's why I am advocating on everybody that's within the capitalist army, within the Trump train, or even the trolls. Troll these leftists. Shame these liberals. Tell them it's them. They have blood on their hands because they're the ones that manifested this shooting. They are the ones that manifested this shooting. Let them know that what do you want, liberals? Sharia law, or do you want to be pro-LGBTQ? It's as simple as that. You've got to choose one or the other. Do we want to be tolerant to those that have other sexual identities and sexual flavors, for lack of a better goddamn term, or are we going to oblige these turban-wearing, pray 6 times a day, put a beekeeper suit over the women, wild Yehudi, jihadist, Islamic terrorist, Sharia law-based garbage? I ask you, liberals, what are you going to do? Anyway, folks, I want to thank you for tuning in with me to this random Sunday edition of the True Capitalist Radio. I also want to say thank you to these idiot trolls out here that didn't go too off-keister today. I think that this particular Islamic terrorist act probably hit a little too close to home, folks, because I said that this was going to start happening. Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that, I think I reported that the month of May, I believe, that Obama had already brought in almost 600 damn wild Yehudis from Syria, and that I said, just watch. I said, just watch. We're going to start seeing terrorist acts because damn Obama brought in the problem, all right? And if he didn't bring in the problem, he inspired the problem by not calling the problem what it is, and it's Islamic terrorism. He didn't even want to say it today. He didn't even want to say it today. What a scumbag. What an anti-American piece of trash. He didn't even want to say Islamic terrorism today. What kind of a president do we have here? It's disgusting. And let me tell you, when I tweeted that out, I even had liberals tweeting at me saying, look, I was all for Obama, but what this idiot came out and did today was utter crap. Even he's losing steam with the liberals, for Christ's sake. They're starting to realize that he's a sociopathic, psychopathic, lying scumbag. And as I stated, folks, what is the first thing this son of a bitch did? He politicized this tragedy to try to take away our Second Amendment. So that, by definition, him going and politicizing this issue shows that he could care less about the people that died. He could care less about the LGBTQ community, and all he cares about is unadulterated, totalitarian, bureaucratic power. All right? Jesus Christ. And, somebody, El Foxo Loco, basically said you should go out and troll the terrorists, too. There's a lot of terrorists out here on Twitter, a lot of people on ISIS that are actually out there in the freaking garbage out there. They're actually partaking in jihad out there in goddamn Syria and Libya. They're on Twitter, for Christ's sake. So once again, you trolls want to do something, why don't you troll the terrorists? Why don't you troll the Democrats? Why don't you troll the leftists? Why don't you troll them and expose the hypocrisy? Expose it to them. Put it in their face. Put it in their face. The leftists hate. They hate when their hypocrisy is slapped upside their stupid, dumbass faces. They hate it. They want to ignore it. They want to pretend it doesn't exist, but we can't let them do that. We cannot let them ignore that it doesn't exist. We got to put it in their faces, and we got to show them that this is you. This damn Orlando shooting, that's blood on your hands, liberal. That's blood on your hands, boy. That's blood on your hands. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for tuning in with me. I didn't really want to do a show today, but, folks, I felt that I had to do a show today because, what do you all have to say about this now? All you people that call Donald Trump a racist and Islamophobic and what do y'all have to say now? Y'all going to continue to make excuses, boy? Huh? You going to continue to make excuses? You going to be like your president over here? You going to be like Obama and not say Islamic terrorism and blame it on something else, try to take away the Second Amendment? Is that what you're going to try to do there, boy? We're not going to let you do it. The capitalist army and the Trump train are not going to let you do it. Anyway, folks, I am out of here. I cannot wait for the Trump speech on Hillary Clinton. It's going to be a great one, folks. Once again, I am live Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Let everybody know, folks. We got all kinds of buttons next to the player right there, man. Click those buttons. Retweet this buttons. Share this buttons, all right? Facebook like buttons, man. Use and abuse those buttons, baby, all right? It's just a freaking click, for Christ's sake. Anyway. And look, right before I end the show, Squid Girl for Ghost just tweeted at me a tweet by some guy by the name of Ashton Pittman, that's a journalist, photographer, and writer at Deep South Daily. This is what he tweeted. I'm going to retweet it right now, okay? He tweeted, "As a gay man, I'm putting bigots on notice. You will not use my people's tragedy at Pulse to promote anti-Muslim bigotry. Hashtag love one another." Oh, is this what you're doing? Huh? Is this what you're doing, LGBTQ? Is this the direction you're going now? I mean, good God. I mean, that makes me sick. Makes me sick. Jesus Christ. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, LGBTQ? Are you kidding me? Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. You're going to side with these wild Yehudis? I mean, what's going on with this country, man? Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. You know, I cannot believe this. I mean, to be honest with you folks, I thought it was going to be a great show. We had serious discussion. I really appreciate the ghetto capitalists having a damn serious discussion with me. But here I go. I get a goddamn retweet over here. And you see, this is where you're all going, huh? LGBTQ. This is where y'all are going now? Oh, y'all are going to be like, no, we got to love everybody. Don't do this. All right? This is not the anti-Muslim. Okay? We got to love one another. All right? I listen to Mark Zuckerberg, and we got to go fight ISIS with love. All right? Even though he spends $50 million on himself for freaking security, it's okay. We can defeat ISIS with love. Jesus Christ. I can't believe this crap. I mean, I was just about to end the show, but folks, do you hear this? Did y'all see this tweet? Politics Ghost. Go look at it right now. Go look at this idiot. Look at this idiot. Give me a break. Ashton Pittman, for Christ's sake. I mean, good God. As a gay man, I'm putting bigots on notice, all right? You will not use my people's tragedy at Pulse to promote anti-Muslim bigotry, okay? Hashtag love one another. Oh, yeah? Hey, Ashton Pittman, all right? Why don't you take in a couple of these wild Yehudis into your house? All right, how about that? How about that? Why don't you go love a couple of them and see how they like you? How about that? You sorry sack of crap. I can't believe that this person that's supposedly representing the LGBTQ, all right, can actually sit there and push this nonsense. I cannot believe that. I mean, this person is spitting on their own LGBTQ. I mean, they are saying that I can't. I can't even, for crying. I can't even. I can't even believe this. I can't believe this. I can't believe this level of liberal lunacy. It's liberal lunacy. Oh, my God. Good Lord, man. I mean, what is it going to take? Huh? What is it going to take for you goddamn LGBTQ to know that you have been hijacked by the liberals and they are politically pimping you? Jesus Christ. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. Give me that freaking mic. Oh, my God. I'm sick to my stomach, literally. I am really sick to my stomach after I saw that tweet. This is the direction the LGBTQ is going. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm getting the hell out of here because I think I got to puke. All right, I think I got to puke after that. Anyway, folks, I'm going to be here tomorrow once again, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, every Monday through Friday, the True Capitalist Radio Show, spread it around like wildfire. And I want to thank you for tuning in with me, whether it's live or in the archive. Anyway, folks, long live the capitalist army, and death to feminism, death to socialism, death to communism, and death to totalitarianism. I'm out of here, boy. Tune in with me tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, every Monday through Friday. I'm out of here.
Hi, I'm rapper, actor, model Lil Dicky, and I'm here to talk to you guys today about a pretty glaring issue within our society, and that's condom usage. Guys, I think we've gotten pretty laissez-faire about wearing condoms, and to be honest, I find it disgusting. People are having unprotected sex without even batting an eye. It's insane. It doesn't make one shred of sense to me. How can you even enjoy it? I'd be so stressed out the whole time. I won't bore you guys with the stats, but just know that STDs and unintended pregnancies are very real, and there's nothing better than peace of mind, and that's what a Trojan can provide you, the pleasure of protection. So be an adult and put a condom on.
Getting lost in the music is great, except if you're driving. Nissan's available Intelligent Safety Shield technologies could help you avoid bad drivers. Hurry into your local Nissan store and get great offers during the Safety Today event. Or shop ChooseNissan.com today. Now, back to the music.